are listening to The Decision Reel.
Hey, welcome to The Decision Reel, where we try and fail to review movies of today and yesterday. This week is a special episode because we have two special guests sitting on the good couch, I guess.
Oh.
We got Tara from whatever she wants to be from this week. What do you got? You got Nightcap?
We'll go with Nightcap.
We'll go with Nightcap, the band
Just so
Nightcap.
you know, I can't hear anything.
You can't?
Ah.
He was messing with mine, probably.
What about now? Is that good?
Oh,
Can you hear now?
Louder now.
Much louder. Okay, good. Perfect.
Very loud.
We should have done tests before we did this, but hey, fuck it, whatever. We do it live. We do it live.
Is it too loud? Are you good?
You're too loud.
Oh.
I quiet down.
Okay, whatever.
Or we
Anyways,
can do
the other special guest we got this week is Josh from the Men Behind the Myths podcast.
Yeah.
If you want to, putting you on blast, tell us what you got with that podcast.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. First
No
off.
problem.
Glad
No
to be
problem.
here.
Anytime.
Just me and my buddy Jesse. I know you know Jesse from Puck as well.
Jesse Kirk.
But yeah, Jesse Kirk,
Good
me and
dude.
my buddy. He started a clothing company. I'm wearing a shirt. Silky
right,
Mints,
yeah,
rep
got
for
it.
my buddy here. And we just started a podcast, just Men Behind the Myths. We talk about hockey, beer league hockey, and just kind of the everyday BS behind it. Like we're a bunch of tryhards. We work out for beer league and
Sure,
stuff like
yeah.
that. We look forward to it, and then just goofy stories from my life, his life, and we just have fun.
Have a good time.
Yeah, just shoot the shit.
I have listened to a couple episodes. I do have one question.
Yeah.
What are you going to do once you get to the 100th episode?
Dude, that's this week. So
Yeah.
we record tomorrow. It's kind of I wish the playoffs weren't as deep as they are right now.
Yeah,
Eastern
touche.
Conference Finals, Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
But we've got a little something planned. Nothing too crazy, but it's kind of we kind of just see it as another ladder, like another flight of stairs.
Okay.
And we're really gritting down for the future as of right now.
I got you, yeah. So for the people who don't know, you guys number or name your episodes based off of
hockey players.
Yeah. So now that you're hitting 100, it's like, well, what do you do? Because you were like, 99, obviously, Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, I think we're just
going
to switch to topics.
Yeah, that makes
we're just
sense.
we're gonna keep it rolling. Either that or you might get a redemption. If you didn't get the shot on the first 100,
okay.
You might get,
I got you.
round 2 here. But yeah, some of the numbers were hard.
Yeah.
Get up in the 70s, 80s.
Right, there's not that many.
You don't
And
get as many of the hot,
Yeah, for sure. It's not. You have to dig. Like, I'm not gonna lie. There's a few names we had to Google. We're like, hey,
sure.
what are we gonna use for this?
Yeah,
We
what-
really had to pull. But other than that, you pretty much got them off the top.
I like it. With a good segue to this week's episode, speaking of hockey, we're doing Goon. I'm really excited for this. It's been in my back pocket for a while because I know not a lot of people know about this movie, and the people who do are all about it. I have to say, Randall, you said you've seen it, but you don't remember seeing it, and then as you were watching it,
I remember the entire thing. I was like reciting the whole fucking thing as I was going. I was
so
like,
you've seen
this
it
is fucking sick.
a lot then.
I've seen it a couple times, yeah.
All right.
But it's been a while.
All came out.
And then Tara, I'm gonna put you on blast. So you'd never seen it.
I had never seen
Oh
it.
wow.
No,
And you're a
now,
hockey fan.
Now I knew what it was.
Right.
Sure,
and I
but you
had
just
come
never
across
went-
It, I just
yeah.
hadn't watched
Yeah.
it.
I think you nailed it though.
I
Not-
have now.
Yeah, not
Sure,
a,
yeah,
not
there
a
you go.
lot of. It wasn't a mainstream hockey movie.
No.
It really wasn't out there like that. It was kind of like because I know we're going to get into it, but I think it wasn't released everywhere from what I remember. It was only like one of those limited release.
Yeah,
type
so-
movies.
Limited theater.
I remember seeing a whole bunch of stuff for it before it came out, and then I was like, well, when's it coming out?
yeah.
And where is it coming out? And it never did down here. I remember seeing that it came out in Canada and a whole bunch of places, and all my friends back home, I was like messaging them like, dude, have you gone and seen this yet? And they're both like, I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
Really?
And I was like, how?
Even there.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it wasn't that big of a movie, which is wild considering who's in it
Yeah,
and
super
who
Canadian.
wrote it.
Like Jay, Jay
Yeah,
wrote it, and he's
exactly.
super Canadian. Like that guy's one of my favorite Canadians there is.
Oh,
So-
for sure.
But yeah, it's wild that it didn't.
Steve is one of my favorites.
Yeah,
Oh, hey,
Steve-
thanks.
Steve's a pretty
Aw,
good
well,
one. Yeah,
thanks.
And then,
Suck
but
up.
like Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
And then
let's
like
talk
Yeah,
to,
sorry,
this
bud.
guy
You're-
over
And
here.
then,
No,
like,
you're
Steve-
right below.
I'm below Ryan Reynolds.
Sorry.
I mean,
He's number one.
You know what? Anybody else? I'm good with
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I'm fine.
Take that.
I'll say he's an eternally beautiful man. So
See?
And he's
just to be on the same
That's what I'm
list.
saying.
yeah, for sure. You're right. I'm very proud that I'm on the same list.
I mean, men,
Good.
women, like you're not gonna find someone.
Yeah, not one.
Ryan Reynolds. Good for you, buddy.
He just hijacked the crap out of this. He's not even in this movie.
He's Canadian, so apparently it makes sense.
Should have been.
Maybe.
Maybe I would have seen it sooner.
That's funny. That's funny. Anyways, what this movie is about, labeled as an outcast by his brainy family, a bouncer overcomes long odds to lead a team of underperforming misfits to semi-pro hockey glory, beating the crap out of everything that stands in his way. Yeah.
Literally,
yeah. I
Not
would say
figuratively, like
it's phenomenal.
actually.
That's a better synopsis than one I read yesterday, and I was kind of pissed off because in the description it described Doug Glatt as a slacker.
yeah.
And I was like, he's not a slacker. He's, if
Not even
anything,
close.
he's on the spectrum.
I would think.
If anything.
Yeah. That's funny.
I texted him yesterday. I was like, "Is there something wrong with him?"
Yeah, but honestly, it's one of the great. I thought it was portrayed very
I think
well
so too.
As well, you know,
yeah.
he nailed it.
Yeah, and it wasn't over the top either.
Yeah.
He wasn't like I'm Simple Jack
you
over
don't
here.
go full. We
right,
don't go
exactly.
full. We
Don't go full retard. Farting in bathtubs.
But yeah, I was.
Give me that map.
When they said he was a slacker, I was like, no, he's just a He's not the brightest. He's a misunderstood guy, but he's the guy, and he fits in perfectly in this team.
Yeah, and I thought like the family dynamic was very well portrayed because I could see that happening really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they wanted their sons to be different than they are, but no, this is stupid, gay. You got one stupid son, and it was like it's so good, and it's like Eugene. Eugene Levy is to me a national, an international icon to me.
That's what I was upset about, though. Is like, how do you go from being Jim's dad to this guy who calls his kids adopted?
Okay,
because he's embarrassed of
They're
them.
both adopted.
Oh my God, you went right to my favorite scene. I'm crying. Already,
You know what? I'll give you credit for that because the first time I saw it, I was like, all right, Eugene's gonna be great in
And then you
this.
were like, no.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, he's playing a
asshole.
shithead. But you know what? It works because you're not expecting it either, right?
True.
So it kind of
and
throws
he wasn't
it
even in it
barely,
as much as you would have expected.
No,
either.
he was probably there for a handshake and something else.
And then like the later scene, that was it.
Yeah.
Like beginning and then
Yeah, and they
Like
probably
3
filmed that
scenes,
in like
maybe.
3
same
days.
day,
Yeah.
probably
Or
same day.
yeah.
Same
Yeah.
day.
1 in the morning, 1 at night.
Yeah.
All right, you're done. See you, Eugene. Thanks for coming out.
Bye.
Bye.
different dad dynamic from him
Bye.
for sure.
Oh yeah,
So,
for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But it works. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, it works wholeheartedly.
not Denzier sauce. It's half off.
Water than the donut sauce. Yeah. Okay, where to watch this movie? You can actually watch this movie for free at a whole bunch of places. You got Tubi, Vudu, Crackle, and Plex. To rent, you can see it on YouTube, Google Play, Amazon, and Apple
rented
TV.
it. I feel kind of stupid.
I have
now.
none
I
of
did
this.
too.
I rented it.
$4.
I paid $3.
Yeah,
on
it
Amazon.
wasn't too bad, but like still.
I have it on
Could've got it for
Blu-ray,
free.
so you know.
I mean, like I know, like gas is expensive right now, but I went ahead and spent the $2.
Okay.
So it's like,
You know what? You're helping them out,
yeah.
right? You're giving that
Yep.
I don't know $1.50 to them.
Sean
'cause
William Scott's gonna call me up.
He might. And you know what? He hasn't
Thanks
been
for
in.
the Happy Meal.
You wish.
I was gonna say he hasn't been in much lately.
No.
I wonder if we just send him a little message. Hey man, you want to be on a podcast? What are you doing?
Yeah, a couple
We
sticks.
just
You know
why
how
didn't you?
sick that would be?
I should have. I just thought of it now. What?
That'd be
I'll
dope.
get on my phone. Be like,
Figure
hey,
it
you
out.
want
Give him a
to,
call.
right? You want
Figure it
to
out.
zoom in on this motherfucker? I don't think he would want to.
You know what sucks about renting it is at one point I'm pretty sure I had it on Blu-ray or DVD.
Yeah.
But then I did like a purge when I moved the last time. I was like, I'm tired of carrying these 3 boxes.
Right.
of
You're never
movies I will
watching
never
anything.
pick
Gonna watch
up,
them
you know
again,
what I
yeah.
mean? Yeah. So I was like, but the $3.99.
I mean,
I feel like-
$3.99. Yeah.
I feel like the only reason I have any DVDs right now is because we bought them. Like if we were camping at a campground where the internet was shitty,
That makes sense.
We bought DVDs so we could watch because
bargain
that's what
bin.
camping is.
Yeah, for sure.
You
You're
know,
sitting and watching.
so that we
glamping.
could so that we could
Glamping.
watch it on our big screen TV in our
Your
camper
camper.
at the campground that has no internet.
Right, exactly.
So-
Our 65-inch TV in our camper.
You're
That's bigger than
camping.
the wall of the camper.
Go outside.
Well, you do that during the day.
nighttime.
Yeah, at
Come on,
nighttime.
like
You
at
don't.
nighttime. Or if it
Bonfire.
rains.
I guess.
Or if it rains.
Go out in the rain.
We
That's what umbrellas are for.
no. We were on a camping trip in North Carolina when there was like a hurricane a little bit down the way.
And you felt safe in your camper?
No, God no,
I feel
God
safer
no.
outside,
My
honestly.
dad had to give me like CBD oil. I was freaking the fuck out. He put it right in my twisted tea. It was like
Perfect. Sponsor.
Pulling the Florida move. All right,
Freaking
guys,
the
we're just
fuck
gonna
out.
we're gonna fight this one through. We don't have to leave.
Right.
No, the
You know?
camper's like.
No.
Rocking and rolling.
My dog's like, I need to go out, and I'm like, you're
I mean,
fucked because
at
I'm
that
not
point-
Good
taking
luck.
you out there.
At that
shit
point, that's
inside
better
the
than a
day.
tent, so
Yeah, because that
Tent
tent's
would've been
flying, and you're
See?
going with
Gone.
it.
Positives of
Having a
Glamping.
65-inch TV.
yeah.
Yeah, I would never camp,
queen
but I will
size bed.
glamp. That's for sure. I
I
don't need
used to
sleep. I
camp.
don't need
We
to
used to
sleep
take
on-
a tent out. We used to take a tent. Not now.
No.
My back, we're old.
Yeah. I was gonna say, if
I'm not laying on the
my
freaking
orthopedic
ground.
mattress,
Feel good.
I gotta
But that's
have
part
that.
of the experience.
I'm not laying on the ground.
You gotta wake up
Honestly,
hurting.
I'm upset that my bed in my camper is a queen and not a king.
Oh my
so like,
fucking God.
Oh,
it's like
no.
what a downgrade.
My mattress in my house is a queen,
No, we
but
have
I like
dogs.
to be close.
Yeah.
To, I have a
big
dog.
dogs.
I mean, my dog looks small, but he's big in the bed.
They
Trust
still
me.
and in the camper they still push themselves
On the
into the
bed?
bed. So
Yeah.
it's
He's a wiener dog.
What is on this?
He's
We-
right there.
Is this my? There it is. Yeah,
We
sorry.
got the king
Had
and
to.
have never looked back. It's the best thing.
Yeah, I mean, if I probably were to buy another bed, it would be a king for sure. But
But I'll tell you
good
what,
with
the mattress can't leave the house. I barely
'Cause
got it. I barely
Yeah,
got
good
it.
luck.
in.
you gotta
have to
fucking
fold it.
yeah,
dude,
taco
I
it in
barely
there.
got it in there. I opened it up out of a box and it exploded.
Oh, yeah, one of those.
Back out,
Especially
you know?
if you get those good ones
never
where
move.
it's like
Oh,
they're
it's-
hefty.
Oh, that stuff is
yeah.
like 800 pounds every bit. I
Yep.
guarantee it.
Oof.
Like I barely got it down the whole way. I thought I had a hernia.
Struggling.
I'm so glad we had ours delivered, so we didn't have to fuck with it.
Glamping, getting
Pretty
your
sure the
mattresses
UPS
delivered.
man called
Oh my
out the
god,
next
I
day.
sound
delivering
so.
mine, especially we did
I
it
sound
alone.
so high maintenance.
Fucking took off for
With
a
my
while.
T-shirt that I probably spent $10 on from Amazon.
Yeah.
Don't worry, this one was free.
Ooh, look at that. Perfect. Speaking of t-shirts, we have our own merch as well. Not to
Nice.
take your merch
No,
away.
plug it up.
But we got merch on our website. If you go to www.thedecisionreel.com, you can see what we have available. We have more than what's on the screen right now. If you're playing the home game, listening on a podcast, go to the website I said, and you can find our merch
have
and
more
help
than
us
that?
out. Oh yeah, there's like 3 or 4 more shirts on there. I get bored.
What the fuck?
I get bored. I just make
snag
sure.
one of those bad boys.
Oh hey, thank you so much. Yeah,
want
they're not that expensive. I think
Can I
like
have one
$20
of the-
bucks.
Can I have
I
one
can
of the
do that.
unseen ones?
Can do that.
The what?
The unseen ones.
Well, then go on the website and find them
it's
out.
on the website. Fuck.
I don't websites, whatever. Anyways, back to Goon. So it was written by Jay Baruchel and Evan Goldberg. If anybody knows this kind of genre, they've been in a lot of movies together, with Evan Goldberg writing them with Seth Rogen. Like This Is the End. What's that
Classic.
other one?
Oh my god.
That's the movie I was thinking of yesterday.
Was it This Is the End?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of what's his face. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
Yep.
him.
Yep.
That
you know.
guy.
You
Danny
know who
McBride
I'm
just-
talking
There's
about.
only 7 of what's his face.
I know, right?
Yeah,
And
all
that's
of
his-
his-
His, like his best
Jonah
friend.
Hill.
They're all his
Not
best.
Jonah Hill.
Seth Rogen.
No, getting there. In this movie.
James Franco.
James Franco?
Oh no,
Yeah.
he's talking about Jay.
Yes.
What's his face?
Yes.
So Jay Baruchel's friend in the movie is Seth Rogen.
No,
Wait, what
friend
I'm
movie are we
saying I
talking
think
about?
This
he's
is the
talking
end.
about
Bitch, I'm talking
Jay.
about
I
Goon.
think he's talking about Jay.
Okay, what
So
about?
I'm talking about Jay.
Okay,
I was
so-
trying to think of what he was from, and it was This Is the End.
Oh.
So you
Oh,
answered
That's
my
what
question
I'm
for
saying.
me.
His-
Yeah, it was-
I might
Yes.
have not been listening to what you guys were talking about before.
It's the glasses.
It definitely was.
It's the $400 Prada glasses that we talked about last week for
Sponsor
whatever
me.
reason. Why do you even have them?
Making moves.
Are you
I was in
shitting me?
Calif-
Are you
Yeah,
sitting
I
there
was in
judging me for glamping while you've got
Yeah.
sunglasses
I
on
was
that were
in
a few hundred
I was in
bucks?
Hollywood, dude.
Hollywood.
I'm gonna
You
buy
gotta-
some.
I guess that's the
Bougie
cheapest
ass
pair.
glasses.
Hollywood.
It was either that or Ray-Bans, and I chose these. I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? Touche. I would have gotten those over Ray-Bans too. Even though Ray-Bans have real glass, and I don't think Pradas do.
Oh, these are definitely plastic.
Yeah, for $400. Awesome.
Paid for the name for sure.
Yes,
I
100%.
got. Yeah, for sure.
I
Like
got
I
the
could
same
buy
ones.
ones like that on Amazon.
I got
but,
the same
you know.
ones from the gas station, so
Exactly.
Perfect.
It's on me.
Perfect. Back to Goon. This film is based on the book Goon, the true story of an unlikely journey into minor league hockey by Adam, this name, Fratazio and Douglas Smith. Footage from Smith's career as a hockey enforcer is shown during the film's credits. You got to kind of wait for like 3 minutes into those credits, but it
Yeah.
comes up,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool that it's based off of a real story.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That was
Loosely.
news. That was news to me
Loosely,
when I was looking for where I could rent it from
Yeah.
instead of watching it for free.
Yeah.
yesterday.
Right, of course.
It
But I
says
saw
it's-
that I was like, oh, loosely based.
I mean,
You
they
always-
they
it
Hollywooded
says it in
it up.
the.
yeah, for sure, definitely.
Like
It
and
says it
he
at the beginning of the movie.
well, it's
It does, but
both
most
of you
movies
guys
that come out
says at the
and say
beginning.
that don't really.
I know this is
Based.
what we deal with.
That's okay.
It's because he's an infant.
Yeah,
There's no
it is.
respect.
Fuck outta
There's no
here.
respect.
Randall's 13 years old, just for
Yeah.
everybody listening. We try
And
to
you're
keep
allowing
it
me
with
to
the
drink
minors
alcohol in
going.
your house. So really,
I'm not allowing you. You just brought it. So I guess I would be going to prison if that was the case.
You
So
didn't purchase it for him.
I didn't, but
So-
I'm allowing him to open
Mm-hmm.
the said cans and drink from it.
Yep. So am I still 13?
But yeah, I actually
You know what? I'll take it.
I don't
Yeah,
think
you're
so.
13.
when I was
24,
reading
5,
too, like
6,
he
26.
saw an interview that he had done. They were asking him kind of about it, and he said that the one thing he was like, they kind of dumbed me down. Like they made me dumber than like.
Yeah.
And he said that he would be watching it like with
Stupid.
people. And
Sorry.
And they would be like, wow, they made you kind of a dope. Like,
That sucked.
Like,
but he said he thought like they did a great, like that Sean William Scott did a great job and that from what he says, so you take it, you know.
Right, yeah, face value. And
He's not going to be like, I'm not dumb. I'm
Right.
not dumb. So maybe not.
And the thing too, you can have an intellectual enforcer, but would the movie suffer for it?
Probably.
Yeah, like I mean, you had Ross the Boss Ray, who was smart. It seemed like.
Well, he had been around.
Right,
He'd been
right.
around the league and had to learn things the hard way, and that's what. One other great scene was he imparted some knowledge to him at the diner.
Right.
You know, so it was kind of like him walking over to the new guy, but letting him know you get in the way.
Right.
Go split your shit.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah. And again, so like if you had Sean William Scott's character being a little smarter, I think it
Right.
takes a little bit away from the movie being kind of tongue in cheek and like funny.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the scenes, him being stupid.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the basis of the jokes.
I
Yes.
wish they had given him just a little bit more athleticism.
I get-
Because
yeah.
that it kind of hurts someone like me. Because I'm a hockey player, but I used to be a goon. And that used to honestly be my dumbass role was that, which is why I relate so much to this. But I could play better than he could barely skate.
Yeah, he could.
So I wish they had given him a little bit, just brush it up a little bit. But I guess it sells it for the non-hockey player
Yeah,
fans.
yeah.
you
Because
know?
I'm sure the real guy, what the fuck was his name?
Yeah, because everyone knows you have to be actually be able
Douglas
to
Smith.
play hockey in order to play hockey.
And in
Like,
order
there's
to
a lot
even to be a goon,
Yeah.
you still need to actually be a decent
Yes.
player. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, okay, the days of the goon are kind of over
Correct.
in the real NHL, but the guys that were doing it, they were still good at skating. Like Sean Avery probably could
Absolutely.
show up to anybody's stick and puck and just wreck shit.
Yeah.
Well, there was in one of the other interviews I read, he referenced like Reeves going.
Oh, okay.
To, and he was saying because I think he was like in Boston or somewhere, and he was giving the interview.
Okay.
And he was like, you've got guys like that going to teams that understand what their role is
Right.
and still appreciate them, but it's kind of being phased out
Yeah.
of the league. But you still, you've got your good players, you've got your Sidney Crosby, you've got your Malcolm, but then you need the Reeves of the world.
Yep. That's what
Well-
they help regulate the game. Honestly, they've got multiple different hats to wear. You protect your players, you protect the bench, and then also you got to do the things you got to do. Get gritty in the corners, etc. But
And I think we've all had times watching Reeves where we were like, oh, God, fuck that guy.
Yeah, but I'd love him.
But
at
yeah, I
the
was gonna
same
say if he's
time,
on your
doing
team,
his
right? If he's
job,
on your
like-
team, you're not going to be saying that. I mean, a lot of
No.
people can say that about Brad Marchand, like, fuck
Love
that
the guy.
dude. But if he's on your team, you're
Right.
like,
Yep.
he may be rat face, but
the first liner in anyone's book.
yeah,
what I mean?
and to say like Marchand's a really good hockey player,
Oh, yeah.
but he's also that piece of shit.
Yep.
But is he better for being a piece of shit? I think so
Like
because
he can do his job.
well,
better?
what I'm saying is he's getting under players' skins, and so they're getting him off their game and possibly attacking somebody and taking a penalty. Now, who's on the power play? Who's scoring the goal? Right? Where if he didn't have that style of play, is he affecting the game as much?
Still very much so, yeah. Especially in his case, but
sure,
I
yeah.
agree, yeah.
Yeah.
It's more of like I would find that more along the lines of like Wilson. I was waiting for his name to come up, especially because most of us are Caps fans.
I was waiting.
There's two Caps fans here.
Yeah,
I was
but-
waiting on
Randall, have you watched a full
Go
hockey
Leafs.
game in your life? Thank you. Look at this guy. Have you watched the whole hockey
Stop it.
game in your life?
Yeah, I've been to a couple.
Oh, okay, cool. All right,
I
well
only
that's
watch,
better.
I only
That's
watch
better.
him for the fighting though. I don't really care about the game. I just want to see.
I
the
tell
fight.
you what, if I go to a
going
hockey
away.
game and there's not a fight, I'm like,
So how did they get away with the fights?
it's part of the game. Like
Yeah.
it's
I mean, I figured that.
it will
but,
literally like you remember that part in the movie where they looked at each other and they were like, "You want to?"
you want to go.
Yeah.
And,
So
and he's
most-
like, "Good luck, good
yeah,
luck,
good luck,
That-
man.
Like
Yeah.
that,
Good fight.
That
Yeah.
does happen.
That was a nice guy.
Yeah,
Like
so
you're
there's-
like, let's throw down.
there's some fights where it's out of pure anger, like
Yeah.
a slash, something like that, and you and the guy bubble over and it goes. But I've lined up multiple times, looked at a guy and say, "Hey, it's time to go," and we've had a till, and it's just respect. It sucks, but it's part of the game. It's like you keep the game in order. They kind of police itself. That's why I love hockey. It's a very self-policing.
Yeah,
sure,
and
for sure.
even the refs, they just kind of like hang back.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
not
And they
until-
know when it's over,
It's not
too.
until
Yeah.
they like
Yeah.
hit the ice or
Yeah, you're not-
they're
you're-
both kind of like wearing out and they're like, okay, fine.
So then, why do some refs they'll stop it before it gets like really anywhere?
Some of them jump in quick. It's weird. And some let it rock. It kind of depends on the players that are fighting as well.
And the refs too. It's all
Yeah.
discretion
so some
based.
of the refs
so-
are just soft.
Yeah. Some of them want to control it. Some refs are like, no, this is my game. Let's end this right now. They got a couple throws, and then you get a Wes McCulley, who's a classic guy.
Right, yeah. He's like, let's fucking do it.
It's coming. They know they're going to. They talk before they even go out. There's probably going to be 1 or 2 tonight. Let's keep an eye out. We'll let them get it. Then usually it's pretty much rule as soon as a knee touches the ground.
That's what I was going to say.
Once
they're on the ice.
Or if a guy just looks exhausted,
they'll
usually stop him.
Okay.
Like it's all because it's also a safety thing. Because let me tell you, you don't want a guy's head bouncing off that ice.
Oh,
it's a bad look for the NHL, and that's the fine line that's left of keeping hockey in the game. Is honestly, man, because of the injuries, the fighting is necessary, but the injury sustained from the fighting is not necessary.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, they want to have the fights, they want to have the excitement, but they don't want to have people hitting their heads,
correct,
or somebody getting so fucked up that it's bad PR.
But it's,
right?
I mean, it's one of the only major sports that you can still be that aggressive in without it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely going away. You can tell the NHL is trying to cut back because there's not the goon on every team. Like we said, you need to be a skilled goon now.
Correct.
But you still have, and again, like he alluded to, it's policing, right? So back in the old days, we're going to take the Wayne Gretzky approach to this, right? So Wayne Gretzky was allowed to just skate wherever he wanted and do whatever he wanted to because he had the people behind him going, oh, you touch him, you're fucking dead.
Yeah.
Right? So you could get away with that in the 80s because that's just the way it was.
Not anymore?
Not anymore. They've changed it to more of a high-flying, skill-based game where you can't have those goons out there because they can, not to say they couldn't skate that much, but they were getting left behind. Yeah. Right? So now you have those, players that are good and also can throw down. So.
You good?
Yeah, that Molson was a deep one, but that one came from deep down.
Randall wasn't around in the 80s, so he probably doesn't understand.
I mean, let's be real. We weren't around in the 80s either. Maybe
Randall
a couple
wasn't
years,
around
but
in the 90s, really.
Yeah, true.
I was around
95. I was there, the middle of the decade.
Middle of the 90s.
I like it. Goon is directed by Michael Dowse, Dowse. So is that Dowse or Dowse? I don't.
Does it
Dowse?
Dowse?
No. I thought about that too. And I wanted to look up. Does it have a little squiggly?
Over the E.
A little squig. He's also directed "Take Me Home Tonight," which I actually really like that movie with Topher Grace.
Yeah,
came out 2011, I believe. He's also directed a newer movie that came out on Netflix this year, 8-Bit Christmas, which was really good.
That was the game.
Neil Patrick Harris was in it.
Yeah,
that
and
one went by me.
Was it like a video game?
Yeah.
Movie?
Well, no,
he was like telling a story about when he was younger, and he was like his parents wouldn't let him have video game console, and so it's about how him and his friends were trying to get
the first Nintendo.
The first
it's actually it's a really good movie.
It was cute. Plus NPH
Neil Patrick Harris all day every day.
I pretty much watch anything with him in it
for sure.
He's a goat.
Yeah, he's also directed a couple episodes of one of my favorite shows, which is also produced by Seth Rogen. It's called Future Man. It's on Hulu. Anybody who's never watched it, I've probably said it like 10 times on this fucking podcast, go watch it. Amazing show.
You'll
laugh your ass off.
I imagine none of the rest of us have.
I have to check that out.
No, probably not.
By our reactions.
So it's got Josh Hutcherson in it from what's that fucking movies? Those movies.
You got it.
The big movies. Hunger Games.
You got it. Yeah.
Thank you. The small guy.
The one
Wasn't he?
Oh, and his name began with a P or something.
Something he would like paint himself.
You know what's bad is I know
fucking Philip
paint himself. Oh yeah, he's in RV. That's what I remember.
Oh yeah, RV.
Robin Williams. He's like a child. In that.
In like JoJo, who's amazing.
JoJo.
Still amazing.
Yeah, JoJo.
Oh my gosh, she can still
breakout artist.
Wail.
But anyways, check out Future Man. Seriously, Hulu. The first season is amazing. Then there's 2 other seasons that are okay, but the first season is peak like stupid TV.
Got to check that out.
Yeah, for sure. Getting back into this, this movie is starring Sean William Scott as Doug the Thug Glatt, Jay Baruchel as Pat, Allison Pill as Eva, Liev Schreiber as Ross the Boss Ray, Mark Andre Grodin as Xavier Laflamme, Kim Cotes as Ronnie. I don't even think they said his name in this, but it's Ronnie Hortense.
Who?
Hortense, the coach.
Oh yeah. From like Sons of Anarchy.
Right. Bag skate pussies.
Right. That's what I remember as.
And then Eugene Levy as Dr. Glatt. Those are the notable people in this movie. I want to say one thing. Every time I think about Kim Cotes, they're pissing in a hole on a bus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, piss seat for sure.
I never knew that there was a fucking hole that you pissed in.
I didn't either.
I think it's got to be just. It's probably just for the movie,
Maybe.
but it's got to come from somewhere.
I feel like it's an old school thing.
Maybe.
Obviously on road trips and like in the old buses
Yeah.
and stuff. But
They didn't
like,
have bathrooms.
Yeah.
Now
They just
a
had,
lot of
was it just a hole that went to the
Yeah.
bottom of like
Yeah.
just out to the
yeah, because it
to
looked
the
like
road?
it's just the
Went out.
road was
Right.
like-
It did.
So trash can, whatever you want it to be. It
Yeah.
can be.
Piss seat right in the back.
like a bucket and just in the back.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. Just a garbage bag.
Yeah.
Poke some holes in it. Water the road. Sure.
Be behind them, just constantly hitting your windshield wiper. What the fuck is going on?
What is this? It's not raining. Why is it yellow? I don't know. This is a weird
I'd be
rain.
pissed.
This is rated
Pissed,
R.
literally.
Oh my God, look at you. Look at you.
Snuck
I
that
didn't
one in.
mean to, but it worked.
Got it in there.
I got it every time. Every
That's
time.
That's twice. I'm keeping count of those.
Yeah, we try to keep them to a minimum, but they come up. They definitely come up. Rated R for brutal violence, nonstop language. I like that nonstop
Yeah.
language. We haven't got that yet. Some strong sexual content and drug use.
Jay's entire dialogue in the movie
Oh yeah,
is
Yeah.
terrible language.
Every-
I love it.
I'm so
everything
fucking
he
sorry.
says.
I'm fucking sorry.
Everything
Yeah.
he says.
What you said nudity?
Was
Or
there is
sexual?
nudity in
when
it,
he
but it doesn't
walks
say
in.
nudity. So he's doing coke off the girl's back in the one
Oh,
video
that's
where
right,
they're
the
all filming
flum.
him.
Yeah,
and then when he busts into his room,
And they're doing
he's
it.
doing coke off the girl's front
her
too. Yeah,
belly.
yeah,
I was
or
trying to-
chest
I
or
was trying to
something or
remember. I was like,
whatever.
I don't
Right.
remember. Now I do. Yeah. See, I watched it and I still
You fucked the carpet.
I don't retain it all.
Yeah, runtime on this guy 92 minutes. I think that's a perfect movie.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the hour and a half.
Yeah, exactly. Get in, get out, do what you need to do, make us laugh. We can go home. Super quick, super
So
fast.
like a lot of girls' sex lives.
Oh,
Number
there's three. There's three.
Had to.
Get in,
Had
get
to,
in, get
yeah.
out, make us laugh.
As long as you're laughing, depending on what you're laughing at.
It's not usually a good laugh, I feel like, if you're laughing during that.
I guess if the laugh's like, I'm going home. See ya.
Hate myself. Didn't close the closet mirror enough.
Right. Fuck. He didn't need to see that. So this was released on September 10th, 2011 at TIFF, which is the Toronto International Film Festival first. Then it was released on February 24th, 2012, only in Canada.
September 10th is my mom's birthday.
Oh,
Happy
well,
birthday.
happy birthday to your mom when this movie came out
Here's
at the
Goon.
Toronto International Film Festival.
I heard they were actually celebrating. They gave her a shout out.
Nice.
Oh, how nice. She's probably never seen it. Loves hockey. Probably never seen that
probably.
movie.
do you think she's seen Slapshot?
I feel like you have to.
I was going to say, like, if you're an actual hockey fan, you're kind of, not to say your mother's old, but an older person. That movie came out in the 70s.
Yeah,
There's no way you didn't see that. I mean, it had fucking Paul Newman in it.
yeah. He was a stud back then.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Yeah.
Newman's Own.
I mean, she has seen other hockey movies. I could not tell you if she's seen.
Besides Mighty Ducks,
Yes, besides Mighty Ducks.
what hockey movie
what
really
was
is
on
there?
there?
You know what I mean?
Youngblood.
Miracle?
Okay, Youngblood.
I was gonna do the top 5 at the end if you had time. But I mean, Youngblood.
let's do it now. Fuck it.
I mean, Youngblood is, I think, my number one hockey movie.
Okay.
It's tough with Miracle because
Yeah.
the only thing with Miracle is I want to get off the fucking couch and rip a hole in
Sure.
the wall.
Right. I'm
Well,
with
that's
you.
why I
Yeah.
said Miracle. Like Miracle
Yeah.
is an obvious one.
That's a hard one though. I can't just put that on because I'll put that on and then I
get
gotta go
hyped.
work out or I
Right.
gotta make sure I'm going to skate or something. But yeah, Miracle's a
Hyped
good
up.
for real. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, when you see Herb, I mean, just the emotion.
Yeah.
you know,
I'm with
like,
you, yeah.
man,
It's a great speech.
I shake. I've seen that movie 100 times and I'm still like, it's happening.
Here it comes.
Like I still get that. One.
I think the fact that they, for the Caps games when you go,
Oh, my
the
favorite
third
part.
period thing that
My
they do,
favorite part.
most of it is revolving around that speech, and then of course Unleash
You
the
have
Fury.
to.
and-
That
yeah,
is-
yeah.
I have been to games where they have not played that, and I left pissed.
Why? Oh, well, okay.
Like,
I
if
can
it's-
understand.
If it's like a rough.
Well, no. I
like,
think okay. Yeah,
real bad,
if it's
like
like
a
real
couple,
bad, they
yeah,
don't because
down a
like
couple.
they're like, what are we unleashing?
right. If
Calm
if
down.
it's 6-0 in the third period, I get it.
I
There's
think we've
nothing
unleashed
left.
all we
There's
have.
nothing left.
Right. Well, I've also seen
would
it
it do
where
now?
I've been to a couple games where like there's like I don't know 7 minutes or 5 minutes left in the third period, and there's no whistle, so they just
They
can't.
can't, yeah,
Right?
they
Yeah, they
can't
can't
get
get
to
it
it,
in.
yeah.
Right. So that makes sense too. But whatever. Whatever.
That's,
No, we need that Tom Green.
You know what's funny is like, do you think he would still be sort of relevant?
Outside of that,
Yeah. I don't.
now.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
think so.
Have you listened to his pod? He's got a pretty decent...
I've listened to a couple episodes, and I've seen his YouTube channel, and he just does random shit,
he's like
and it's funny.
He's like a weird mountain man kind of
He's
van
always
life.
been kind of like...
Well, that's the thing. That's if you have to like Tom Green in order to get his stuff. Like, remember Freddie Got Fingered?
Yep.
No, I remember watching that with friends, and they're like, "What the fuck are we watching?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
It's amazing.
He's licking his bone. He's like, right there.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, if you didn't even know Tom Green and you watched that movie, you'd be like, this is the stupidest thing. But if you watched any Tom Green anything, you'd be like, this is amazing. This is Tom Green.
Well, just even like in Road Trip, where he's like, he wants to feed the mouse to the snake, and he's just like holding it over. Or even his very small part in Charlie's Angels.
Yeah.
Was it the Chad?
Yeah.
And I mean, let's be real. He's only in that movie for one reason.
Well,
and
he was
married to Drew Barrymore.
He was with her, yeah.
Right. Whatever. Those movies are such a time capsule to me.
Yeah.
Because you go back and watch those, and you're like, what the fuck is this? Yeah. It's such a fever dream almost watching those. Like, who made this?
Yeah.
But that's the type of movie that was kind of like around at that point.
Yeah.
And then, like, what else was around there that came out that was like exactly the same? I guess, well, it was more like The Matrix kind of started those over-the-top action, whatever. And then, like, everybody tried to make a shitty version of it.
Right.
And there was nothing good.
Yeah, it's tough when a movie rides that line of, like, when they start pushing it. And there's that really fine line of, is this too much?
Right,
and then, like, because I'm like that way now, where if it's like, I'm like, come on, man, I know Vin Diesel's really not going to drive a car on the moon.
Right.
Like, I know this is not going to happen. Like, can we kill it? Can we stop that?
No, he's going to the moon.
Okay,
that's actually
documented.
That's from NASA footage.
He brought his family with him. That's cool.
Yeah.
We were watching.
Family's everything.
I think it was like one of the newer Jurassic Parks we were watching, and it was a Chris Pratt scene, and he's like he's like jumping off of something on his motorcycle or whatever.
Nice.
And I looked at Carrick and I was like, how realistic is that? And he was like, Tara, there are dinosaurs in this thing.
You know, and it's funny, right? You got to like take a step back. Like,
okay.
I understand I'm watching reptiles that were made from frog DNA to make but that
that's
jump.
obvious.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
Obviously the dinosaurs aren't real. But
He was working on his bike in the beginning of the movie. It's not running that good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. He's gonna
It's not going to make that jump.
ridiculous. The new one comes out this Friday.
I cannot wait.
Pumped.
I didn't want to read anything about it.
Nope.
No, don't say it.
We have
I really wish
I
you
read
wouldn't.
one thing.
Wait,
I
I'm
wish-
taking my mom.
I
Don't do
wish
this. Don't
that
do
you
this.
wouldn't.
We have prior engagements Friday. You're not allowed to see it yet.
I didn't say I was going to that.
Oh, okay. Are you not going to see
Are
it
you not
at
a
all?
Jurassic Park
I'm
guy?
actually
Oh, I'm a Lost World guy. I love the first movie,
yeah.
right? I
First one,
love the
yeah.
first
That
one.
second one.
To me, the Jurassic Park #1 is like top tier 90s classic
Cultish,
movies,
yeah.
whatever.
Perfect.
But I grew up in the Lost World, right?
Okay.
So like when that movie came out, that was my jam. I had all the toys for it. Like you remember the bus? I had the action bus set. I think
whole
I still
thing.
have it
Yeah.
somewhere in
That
this
is
house.
one of the most anxiety-inducing scenes.
Yeah, when it's hanging
that
off the
thing is,
Yep.
I'm going to be
can't.
honest.
And the
with you.
rope.
If
was
you
all-
fucking
You
say
that you haven't seen,
the Lost
you should
World,
probably not.
guess what we're doing tonight?
you should probably not.
It's not what I'm saying.
Okay, all right. You didn't like it.
I did. So I didn't watch Jurassic Park until after I watched Jurassic World.
Shut up.
Interesting.
Is it because you're an
100%
infant?
truth. No, when did it come out?
Which one? Jurassic Park 93.
You weren't
Jurassic
in- you
World
were not
like
born.
2013 maybe.
93.
I wasn't into that stuff when I was a kid, but once I saw Jurassic World, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch this shit.
What child is not into dinosaurs?
Do you hear this? I mean,
I'm gonna drop a little nugget
Do it.
on my age here. That was the first movie I ever saw in movie theater.
Look
was
at you.
Jurassic Park.
Really?
All right.
At the, if you can recall, I don't know if you can, the Dollar
No,
Theater
can't.
where Kinko's is now.
Oh.
The Dollar Theater where it was a $1.50 to go in.
That's dope.
And
Was that
I'm,
like
I'm
a-
old. I'm old.
We're up there. Was that like a regular day?
Yeah,
Just
it was
$1.50?
always. Yeah, it was literally called the Dollar Theater.
Wait, I can go
That's
a step
badass.
further. Do you know that we graduated 16 years ago today?
And someone was going to bring that up.
To this day.
I saw it on Facebook and I cringed a little.
To this day, we are old.
But you know what's crazy? I
Randall's sitting there.
graduated. yesterday. I just graduated on Friday, so it's like I got to
look at
graduate
you.
again. Yeah,
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, pretty.
It was
exciting.
so close though to the
Yeah, it really was.
same date.
Yeah, it really
So
was.
steam fitters.
Steam fitters. Yeah,
yeah.
602. Yeah, 5 years in, man, and just the sky's the limit.
Hell yeah,
That's a
brother.
good. That's a
thank
good
you,
union
thank you.
to
No,
get into.
yeah, it's definitely changed my life. I
Good, yeah.
Preach it to anyone who is lost and good with their hands. I tell
Lost
you
and
what, man.
good with their hands.
Yeah.
He's got a
I
job
could
for
think of
you.
some other jobs, but
If you have to ask how
You
much,
know.
you can't afford it.
4.
There it is. Oh shit!
I'm actually going to be out of town this weekend. I'm sad that I can't go see Jurassic, the new one.
I mean, you can
the
find
weekend it comes out.
You can find a theater wherever you're going to be.
To tap on top of that, I'm taking my mom.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Taking my mom.
Perfect.
You know, pretty excited. She's excited.
Yeah. Where
T-Bird's my girl. Yeah.
Where are you going this weekend?
So we have a camping trip.
I was going to say glamping.
Glamping? We're taking the 65.
Glamping for
It's a
500, please.
glamping trip, and it's at a campground called Castaways, and it's like 10 miles outside of Ocean
You know,
City.
Castaways.
Is this it?
Is that
Yes,
not a-
every time I hear Castaways, we are castaways.
Sorry, I have it. Continue. Castaways.
That's gonna get you.
No, actually, that won't because it's in the free whatever shit.
Oh, good.
Yeah, there's no copyright
all
on
fucking
Jeopardy
But
apparently.
it's like 10 miles outside of Ocean City. So it's that area.
So I'm pretty sure there's a theater.
It's like
I'm
near
sure that there is,
Yeah.
and if it does rain, because it rains on every freaking camping trip that we go on.
Guess what? You're
Does it
going to
Then
see
we
it.
could go see
Does
Why
it
they got the
actually matter,
64?
though?
That's why they got the 64.
There you go.
Is it near?
I can't watch that movie in
Is
there.
it near Assateague? Oh, that's right. That's on the thing. But is it near Assateague where you're staying, or is it like
Assateague is
It's not near us.
further down
a
that way,
little
right?
way.
Yes.
So you're like in west
to the west.
You're like in
It's-
West Ocean City.
West
Yeah,
World.
I wish I could remember the actual.
I don't know a lot.
City.
I only lived there for a little bit, but I just know it's fun.
But it is. I mean, we take one road from the campground and turn onto another one, and that road will literally, like, you stay straight pretty much.
I got too deep for me not going there. I'm sorry, I got too deep. I just wanted to.
just wanted to know.
Never been there, buddy. This is where we're
So
going
I'll
to
see you guys Friday.
It's the puppy's first camping trip.
Oh, all right.
Well, that's why you have 3 now, yeah?
Oh my god, I'm an idiot.
Too much. Yeah.
No, don't say that. I'm trying to
dumbest,
convince her to let us
the
get a third.
Okay, but
So-
you don't have Australian shepherds.
No, we just
so
have
like
just
Duff.
that
They're
makes
all
it worse.
go,
we just have
right?
numbnut pit bulls.
All go.
Yeah.
This is why I like wiener dogs.
Yeah, he's
Chill.
very
Oh
chill.
my God.
Literally just he's
And you
I hate
barely
this
know
life.
he's there.
He's pointing to a
Barely know he's
dog.
there.
Yes, I'm pointing to a wiener dog.
Oh yeah, that would be
Dog
doing
over
this.
My dog's
Wow.
Just not a
sleeping
shot.
beside me, yeah, just doing the thing.
Mine would
Yeah.
never.
I mean, mine definitely do, but
Oh, not when people are around. There's no way.
oh no, if new people, oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
There's
With
no
me,
way.
yes. If I'm laying on the couch, they're
He
laying on
came
the
up,
couch.
gave me a kiss, and he's asleep.
Yeah, my dog hates literally everybody, but like my parents, my wife, Jeff from across the street for whatever reason,
Jeff's
and
a
nobody
good guy.
else.
He comes and greets me.
Yeah, but he like, hey, fuck
mean,
you,
he's not
and then
laying
goes
with
away.
me.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, I mean, he laid with Brent one night for some reason. That was weird. Had
He
food.
knows that
had
Brent
food.
has.
No, he
Brent has
doesn't.
a
He doesn't
window.
like Trudy. Yeah, it's weird. Like he,
He's kind of a dick.
yeah. Actually, no. Remember the night where I had my parents' dog here?
Uh-huh.
My
love
parents'
that
dog
dog.
really hated Trudy. Like tried to, didn't bite her, but like get the fuck away from me. Where Gunner was just like, hey, yeah, whatever, get out of here. Yeah, weird.
What it do?
I don't know how we went from
don't
hockey
know either,
movie to
man.
camping
That's what happens.
to dogs.
Yep.
But this is what happens on
This
the
is what
decision
happens,
reel.
yeah.
We get off the rails or the reel. We get off the reel.
We'll get off the reels.
Look at that. Oh,
Is that the first time you're saying that?
I think so.
You
gonna
don't. You don't
stick?
get a but for
that
that.
gonna
That's
stick?
not.
No, I'm not gonna put it. It might. It might. I don't know. Fuck. Anyways, the Goon. Goon was
right.
filmed in October of 2010 in only Manitoba, Canada. There's a couple different arenas it was in. It's actually, if you notice, it's in the MTS Center before the Winnipeg Jets moved into that. So there's when they go to Quebec or whatever with the ramparts that they're not the ramparts.
Is it Quebec or Quebec?
It depends on who you're talking about. Quebec, whatever. The part where they go there to face that one team that like everybody hates, Xavier Laflamme.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
in the
Whe-
MTS Center.
Is it the Wheeler Windsors?
Something.
Windsor Wheelers? I don't know.
I don't know. Something.
Yeah,
Quebec,
because they called him a traitor.
Yeah.
I can't remember what
And
they were
they're gonna-
called, but
Because he left that team, right?
Yeah.
He left that team and went to Halifax.
Halifax. God damn it! I love Jay Baruchel in
He's
this
the
movie.
best, bro. He's the
Brrrap-bap.
That man.
Welcome to Hot Ice.
Yeah, the fact-
Motherfucking Sully for Worcester
that's
calls
a,
again.
first of all a clever name.
Yeah, it is.
Clever
it really
name.
Is. It really is. Like I would watch that show.
Yeah,
Like it,
absolutely.
And it's funny because it kind of predates. I mean, podcasts were there, but that is a podcast.
Well, when
fully.
when they first show him like looking at the computer, kind of like showing him, it made it seem like it was something that he just filmed in his
Sure, yeah,
basement.
yeah, yeah. I
didn't
And
think
then
it
they
was like a-
show them
like
with
a little
public
actual
access,
like,
yeah.
production
Yeah.
and stuff.
Can we touch on the first time they showed the scene? Did you guys notice who worked for him in the booth?
the Trailer Park Boys.
Yes,
Yes.
dude. Ricky
Yeah.
and what's
All
the
of
big
them,
fella?
all three. So Ricky,
Was that
Julian,
Was that
and Bubbles. Yeah,
next
he
to
just
Julian?
didn't have his glasses on.
Man, I was like, is that fucking Bubbles? I need the glasses,
Yeah,
man.
it's
Give me the
fucking
glasses in
great.
the mouth.
Yep. So If you've seen the scene, so Ricky is working as like I guess the guy switching monitors, and then Bubbles and Julian are up in the fucking thing. Exactly, yeah. They send in.
That.
Dude,
yeah,
good catch.
I love Trailer Park Boys.
Me too. I burned through like all 12 seasons. I used to work. It's funny. I'm on nights now, but I used to work nights back in the day. And man, that's all I did. I would watch like 6 hours of Trailer Park Boys a night. Thanks for
nice kitty right there. Yeah, dude. Trailer Park Boys is my thing. And like, there's a lot of people, and I know Tara's gonna say I haven't watched a single episode. There's a lot of people that haven't watched Trailer Park Boys, and I get it. The first like 3 episodes are kind of hard to get through, and then you like, oh, this is what they mean by stupid shit. Like, this is amazing. And then you cue into it, and it's so good.
Yeah, some of it's like, there's a couple things that are like cringe. You're like, damn, like, again? You know, because you almost feel bad for the boys.
Right.
Well, then they're so fucking stupid that they just dig themselves their own hole every time.
I actually hate shows and movies like that where it's like it's just constantly like they hit walls.
Yeah.
Like constantly.
Well, but
I get so frustrated. I'm like, oh my God, just give up.
Right.
Just stop.
The funny thing about Trailer Park Boys is every season at the end they go to jail.
Yeah.
Right? So in between the seasons, that's them in jail. So it's almost like a real life
then like
time.
next season they're getting out of jail.
Exactly. Like the first episode of every season is them getting out of jail, and then like either 1 or 2 of them are in jail, and we like catch up with what Bubbles is doing.
Right.
The one season where he made the hotels,
the kitty hotel,
and
like
oh my
6
God.
sheds, and 6
Dude,
sets.
it's hilarious.
Well, it's almost perfect because it's filmed in Canada, so I imagine they work around the winter.
Oh yeah.
So they only get like 4 months to film, and then they all just go to jail again.
Exactly. Yeah. Their new episodes they're doing are just jail episodes.
Oh really?
But it's only on SwearNet, so you have to pay to watch it, and I just haven't.
So I would not have noticed.
So SwearNet is like their own network. Well,
whose own network?
The Trailer Park Boys.
Really?
Yeah.
Canada's.
Yeah, we're behind the time. I don't know. What I wanted to say is, like, we talked about Parks and Rec being hard to get through the first season.
Well, and The Office, we said, like,
The Office
a lot
too,
of
yeah.
those dry humor shows, you kind of go push through the first season because you got to accept who the characters are, accept the type of humor. And
Right. Trailer Park Boys is kind of like that. Shut the fuck up. It's kind of like that. He said Seinfeld.
Or every season of Seinfeld.
You're wrong. You're absolutely wrong.
I'm sorry, I'm with him on this.
I know you are.
Wait, the
That's why I
consensus is
said it.
Seinfeld's not good?
Oh, I love Seinfeld.
Randall and I don't like Seinfeld.
I just got into Seinfeld.
It's amazing.
And I feel like it fits more now than in my
Like, do I need to watch it
30s.
now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You might enjoy it now.
Don't start with the first season, though.
But just remember, you're a Friends.
We were just saying shows that you shouldn't watch the first season.
So you're a Friends fan, and like we watch Friends all the time. But like every time I watch Friends, me and Laura just dissect it, and I'm like, this is so toxic.
Like
it's
oh
so,
yeah,
like that
oh
show
yeah, you couldn't.
Is
But
brutal.
here, I think I might have touched on this on one of the other ones, and then we can get back to the movie.
Oh yeah, hockey.
Here's the thing.
What?
Because I've said this before. There are obviously multiple things in that show that would be problematic or should have been problematic back then, but weren't. But also, one thing I will say about the show is they like a lesbian couple having a baby,
very progressive.
Lesbian couple getting married, surrogacy, like Phoebe carrying her brother's babies. Like they did have a lot of like things that you.
Ross is 4 divorces,
and that's
like,
that's in the 90s, you know, like so. Those things were
one of them wasn't his fault. Okay,
we're playing divorced guys. Sorry.
Yeah, I think of more than one.
Vegas' fault.
Yeah.
But give Seinfeld a shot. Now you're older, you might appreciate it because they're like older professionals still trying to figure it out. Because like Jerry Seinfeld is truly a comedian. Like he's still writing jokes, doing open mics, he's like a paid regular, and then like everyone else is kind of battling through the professionalism.
Do you guys watch New Girl?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All that did was make me think of when he's like, do your Seinfeld. What's with banana? Why isn't there banana juice? And Nick's like, I didn't think of
What's with these people?
Yeah, New Girl's another good one. Damn, I
love
binged that one too.
show.
Yeah. That one gets in my feels a little bit more than those two because it's like a newer age.
Yeah.
It's whack to say New Girl gets in my feels, but I'm very open.
Every character in that show is golden.
Yeah,
like they just all play it so. Actually, when you watch the first couple of seasons, I get more annoyed with Winston. I'm like, can we just get to Goofy Winston? Because they try to replace Coach first.
Right.
And he just was not.
Yeah, and Coach is like a pimp.
He was not that.
He's cool. Like,
he was not that. So they had to kind of be like, no, we need to adjust this character a little bit.
This is the new thing.
Oh, it's my turn.
The couch lineup.
It's my turn.
Schmidt's my favorite.
Yeah, I will say, going off what Josh said, give Seinfeld another chance.
Okay.
I think George Costanza.
Now that I'm a grown up.
Now that you're a grown up, I think George Costanza is one of the best written, terrible people ever to exist.
Yeah, he's peak low key peak comedy.
Oh my god!
Low-key.
There's one episode that I really love where he goes on a job interview And at the end of the job interview, the guy's like, I like you, George. You understand exactly what I'm saying. So what you need to know is, and then he gets cut off. And then he's like, all right, I got to go. So he doesn't know if he gets hired or not. So he goes to Jerry. He's like, he explains everything. He's just like, I don't know if I got hired. He's like, well, just show up. So he shows up to the job like he got hired, and the guy's on vacation. So he works for an entire week at this place.
Before the guy gets back.
Before the guy gets back, and I'm not going to get into it too deep, but it's fucking hilarious. And everything that George does, there's another episode where he's working for the Yankees, and his car breaks down. Mm-hmm. So his car's been parked.
I remember him. I've seen some, like on TV, like with it being on TV.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Obviously, yeah.
When I was younger and stuff, like I remember him working for the Yankees and stuff like that.
But
I remember Elaine's dance moves. I remember the soup
dance.
Nazi. Like there are things.
Yeah, there's our core memories. No matter, even if you watch the show.
Core memories. I like it. No, so anyway, so he parks his car and it breaks down. So he's never like moved it. So his boss would show up in the morning, think he's the first one there. The other boss would then leave at night thinking he's burning the midnight oil.
Because the car's just
exactly. So everybody thought he was like the best employee. Meanwhile, he's just taking a nap at home.
Oh my God.
Dude, Seinfeld's the best.
But it's like, and again, maybe that I'm older, I would relate to George more, but I remember back in the day being like, God, this guy is just so negative. Like he hates everything. Everything is wrong. And then the one episode he's in on Friends, he's planning to kill himself. And I'm like, oh, well,
look at this.
Just cross that over.
And then you see the episode The Summer of George where he does everything opposite of what he thinks needs to do, and like he's the most positive person ever.
He changes. Like he's like, okay, I'm gonna think a different way.
Watch Seinfeld. I mean, it's all on Netflix. It's all you need something else to watch. I know you do. Yeah. 20 minutes each.
That's what's good.
Just watch an episode a day.
Yeah, if you don't like it, you get out of there.
All right, I'll watch it while I'm waiting for the other episodes of Stranger Things.
There you go. The first season, like I said, is a little weird to get through, but once you get through it, it's very.
A lot of them are.
Yeah, because they're trying to find their footing.
I think honestly, New Girl's one of the only ones that I feel like it's gold from the beginning.
Yeah, it started out strong.
Like even Friends, I'll say the first season, like especially the first half of the season, they're still trying to develop the humor in each of the characters.
Yeah,
like Phoebe was so much weirder in the first few episodes.
You know what's funny is out of every person in Friends, Lisa Kudrow is still acting. Like I know some people like Courtney Cox sure was in some
Jennifer
stuff.
Aniston,
but like she was always a big.
What has she been in though?
Just like random stuff. She's been in a couple like TV shows here and there.
She did that movie with Adam Sandler just recently. They're doing a second one. They're filming right now.
Yeah. Okay. What I'm saying though is like
the newer one, the mystery.
Mystery
something.
Mystery murder.
Murder mystery. Yeah.
Whatever. They're filming a second one right now. I mean,
Well, I'm saying
she's more successful stuff.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Lisa
I was talking like
a lot of like.
Right. That's what
projects.
I'm saying. I'm thinking like bit character or not bit characters, but people in the background that weren't the main characters.
Right.
Like what is David Schwimmer doing?
Nothing.
That's what I was gonna say. I feel like he's.
What is Joey doing?
That was his one shot pony.
And he was before they cast him for Friends, he was quitting acting.
Oh, I didn't know that. Good.
Yeah.
Good tidbit.
If you watch the reunion, you'll know that.
I haven't watched that.
You need to watch
it. When they're all like today's age, right?
Yeah, it's the 25-year anniversary.
Okay, I haven't watched that.
It's actually really good. Like I really enjoyed it. Lisa Kudrow is also one of the only ones that looks like she's barely aged.
Right.
Like.
Well, Courtney Cox overdid it, man. You get to Hollywood.
Well, she actually did an interview recently,
and then she came back
that.
and she looks okay.
Yeah, because she said I needed to get rid of all of it. Yeah. I saw myself and I saw it was getting out of control.
It's like there's the beauty thing, like the beauty standard, and they don't want to get old. But it's like I appreciate getting older. It's weird. I'm only 30, or 34, but it's like I appreciate.
It's also a little different for guys.
Yeah, very true. I mean, this is the best and worst it's ever gonna get. I feel like
it always is.
Yeah, I feel like I can get better or worse. Like it kind of depends on me. But no, like it's definitely harder for women, especially actresses, and always trying to be in the limelight, etc. But it's like just let it. Like we're all normal. All of your fans are like normal people.
Yeah,
it's like let it rock. Let the natural beauty, unless you're ripping.
I'll say if you like Friends, you need to watch.
I'll have to watch it because I'm sure TV.
They show a lot of unseen footage, like behind the scenes, and they tell a lot of stories that you wouldn't have known that like weren't in any of their other past interviews and stuff. It's cool. They return to the set. Like they bring the set
so it's
back.
Not a show.
Have you gone?
It's a reunion. No, it's.
So they did a reunion show, didn't like an episode, and then they did stuff.
No, there's no.
They watched some episodes.
They watched some episodes, talk about them. James Corden is who runs it. He's interviewing them.
Okay, I'm really behind on this.
So it's
Did I answer your question?
It's kind of interviews. They're asking questions, and they ask them questions at different spots. They sit in Central Park, talk about some stuff. They sit in front of the fountain, talk about some stuff.
That's cool.
But then there are some parts where just they are talking, like just the actors and talking about their experiences. Then they give them like quizzes to see what they remember, stuff like that. I mean, but then, like I said, they show behind the scenes stuff and things you wouldn't. There's also a lot of dirt that comes out of it that people wouldn't have known.
Fucking Friends. Have you gone to the DC thing where you can actually go to the Friends set?
No, and the last day was yesterday.
Oh, yeah. You should have done it.
They have that New
You know how busy I am? You, of all people, know how busy I am.
You're not busy on weekdays.
I work.
So kind of. Right. Kind of. Go after work. I'm sure it's open till 7.
It wasn't on weekdays.
It wasn't?
No, I think sometimes maybe Thursday nights, but I think it was mainly Saturdays and Sundays and then maybe Friday evenings.
Gotcha. Question.
Yeah.
Why are you playing Wednesday at Antoinette's Garden?
Because they booked us.
Is that weird though? Wednesday on a June...
No, I mean...
it feels weird.
So we used to...
Is it like wine and painting night? No, I'm just kidding.
No, but actually they said they have some sort of event going on too.
Again, I'm just asking the question because I saw it come up today. I'm like, that's weird. A Wednesday in June.
We've had, like the Peter and Solomon's books acts on Wednesdays in the summertime.
Yeah.
Brick and Prince Frederick books acts on
I
Wednesdays.
Killer.
Yeah, it's really good.
Hills.
Fire pizza. Brick-fired pizza oven.
Hills store books.
Brunch.
Wednesday.
Brunch.
Oh,
I was looking to the sky for brunch.
Yeah, Hills normally is like a Wednesday or Thursday. I've noticed because Wes is always there.
What, Hills?
Hills store.
That's
yeah.
a good. I haven't been.
I actually like Sean sometimes doesn't like the Wednesday stuff because
I get it.
It's a weekday, but I like it because it's a different day of the week that I can. I mean, we're always playing on weekends. It's kind of nice to get that different day in there.
Right. Yeah.
Break up the week some too.
Makes sense. So back to Goon.
Oh yeah, we're talking about that.
We're talking about a hockey movie.
I think every episode I've been on, we have gone into a Friends tangent, and I'm not even mad about it.
I wonder why.
I'm not even mad about it. We're about to do a whole podcast reviewing Friends.
I mean,
we can
happen because
we'll start. We'll come over here when he's
we're gonna do
when I'm not here.
Before the podcast, let's have our own little podcast.
I mean,
it'd be great.
We will go episode to episode through the whole series.
The equipment is here, guys. I mean, if you want to use it, you can use it. You know what's funny is I used to watch Friends a lot, like when it was live growing up. Yeah. And I remember trying to do like a rewatch, and I was looking for a show to watch, and I started watching it, and then I got busy and I stopped watching it. And I do want to go back and do a rewatch. I got to find all right, I'm going to do this.
I mean, there's 10 seasons and there's like 24 episodes each
season. Right. They
are only like 20-something minutes. Yeah, it was a half-hour show,
Right, so what I'm doing right now is, I work from home. It's great.
What a blessing.
It's good. Excuse me.
So I get one of these jobs.
So I do a thing at lunch.
Talking up the union.
Right. The union.
You're like working hard, like getting up balls early. Fucking go.
But at lunchtime.
So at lunchtime, I pick a show and then I'll watch an episode at lunch. Yeah. So right now I'm on Gotham, which I didn't think was going to be good, and that's why I wanted to start it. I heard some good things about it, and it's fucking great. It's really good.
See, I haven't done it.
It starts episode 1. The first 5 minutes, I was like, this is kind of okay. I'm in. Right. And I've been straight into it. So I'm looking for that next show once I'm doing Gotham.
Do you know that
Community?
The one actor in that show
is it good?
Yeah.
From the OC. Yeah.
Benjamin something. Yeah, the one from the OC. You know, he's married to Deadpool's girlfriend, like the girl who plays Deadpool.
So she's actually in the show then?
They are married. They met that way, I think, and they're married.
Oh, fuck, what's her name? This is gonna drive me crazy. Yeah, they met on Gotham.
Yeah, I think they met on Gotham.
Yeah. What the fuck is her name? It's gonna drive me crazy. Thanks.
It was actually just her birthday the other day because Ryan Reynolds posted a birthday post.
Oh, how nice.
Oh, fucking sweet man.
My internet would work. That'd be adorable. Great.
You should tell me happy birthday.
Baccarin. Marina Baccarin.
Good job.
Marina?
I was going to say it begins with an M.
Morena, yeah. Close. Morena.
No, I really was, but I was like, I don't want to be wrong. I feel like
I'm wrong all the time. It's fine.
So just
all day, every day.
I did specifically watch this movie because I was going to be on this podcast. I had not seen it.
Oh, she was in Firefly too.
Goon.
Oh yeah.
I had not seen it. I only watched it for this podcast, so we do need to talk about it because I have.
Yeah. Let's dive in there.
All right. So
deep on
everything but Goon. All right. Budget time. We're gonna guess what the budget was for Goon. We're gonna start with my man over here, Randall. you give us the lay of the land since you are actually a host on this show.
The
that's
last
a
one was
regular.
on this
budget for this movie.
What do you think it costs to
actually
make
go-
it?
Now, is this in U.S. dollars or Canadian?
Let's go USD.
USD.
And then I'll convert it for you
Is
guys.
this Canadian money?
Budget. I don't.
Is this
remember-
in
where
loonies?
do we-
Yeah, it's
What?
loonies, right?
Where do we usually stand with the budget? Is it in the hundreds or is it below that normally?
How many times have you been on this podcast?
Well,
Bro,
a couple times.
he's been drunk mostly, so
Yeah,
I'll give him.
I'm
You get a
usually- I'm
pass.
usually drunk.
Everybody gets one. So, like, how many millions of dollars did it cost
Is
to
it
make
millions?
this
To
movie?
make
Okay.
the movie.
Okay.
Right.
Did you just say, is it millions?
He said hundreds. I don't know what he was talking about. Thousands.
175.
$175 million to make Goon.
That seems to look a lot, but you know.
What-
do you remember-
okay,
That's a
do you-
lot.
Do you remember the last episode we had?
No.
Iron Man.
Absolutely not.
You don't. Okay,
No.
the episode before that was Gross Point Blank.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember how much that was? It was like 60 or no, that was like 25 million. That was like 25
take away
million.
the one from my guess.
So like
75.
compare. So
You want a
yeah,
75 million?
75.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn. Tara?
I'm going low. I think it was low.
I agree.
I think like, I don't know. I'd almost say under 15 million.
Under what?
15. Under
yeah.
15 million. I think it was cheap. I think it was low budget.
If you break it down and you look at the movie, where did they go? What did they do?
Yeah.
Right.
How much
Stadiums.
shit was
Right.
there in
Yeah, yeah.
reality?
I feel I don't like saying 15 because I don't like doing like. I'm gonna
Do whatever you want.
I'm gonna say
I'm not going to shy anything away
Damn
from
it, Tara.
15 million.
I'm
If
gonna
it's on the
say-
table, we're like,
no. I just mean I don't like doing like like the.
understandable.
I'm gonna say 13, 14
13, 14.
million. Yeah.
I'm in the same range. I'm going to say I
You
want to
think
say
lower, yeah.
like under 20, like 10 to 20 because it's an ice rink for sure. Probably didn't take that long to shoot, you know. It's in a small town. Probably don't I mean I don't know much about Canada, but I feel
Sure.
like the cost of shutting down streets and stuff like that is not even
Probably not.
near
Especially in a
And
slow,
what
like,
they
in
were-
a
New
small
York.
town.
Yeah, there were.
Yeah.
If you break down the movie and you look at it, they were in the bar.
right.
They were in probably 3 to 4 maybe arenas, right? Because
Right.
they did show a different
Yep.
couple arenas. And then where else were they? The locker
The
room,
apartments,
the apartment, the one
locker room,
apartment,
the one diner.
the
Well,
one diner.
Also, like they showed the outside of the arenas. Were they actually filming?
Oh, I'm sure they were.
Them
Probably
all
they
in
had the
those
marquee.
arenas?
They had the marquee and stuff.
Yeah, so looking at it, I watched it yesterday and I was like, all right, let me put on the decision reel glass and actually watch it. They're in 3 different arenas
Right.
for sure because
Yeah.
the boards on the glass, some of them have green, some of them have blue,
Okay, okay.
and
I
then
feel confident
one
in
had
75.
nothing.
Right. Oh, there's no
confident.
CGI.
There's
It's-
We'll see.
there's a little bit with like
fucking
so that
off.
like the
Like, so
tooth
off.
that's spinning
Okay,
there for that,
but like there's
barely
that's
anything.
Like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
There's not like scenes where it's like CGI. Him getting
Yeah,
battered in
yeah.
the face was pretty brutal.
Yeah,
And that was
they
just
maybe
probably-
That would
bred it
fucking
up.
suck.
I want to talk about that in a bit.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Yeah, we need to get deep on this movie. We've been all over the place.
All over the place.
it always happens here. So okay, the actual budget for this movie, and it's gonna hurt Randall's feelings very
Yeah,
bad.
that's probably fucking way off.
$12 million.
Yeah, that
That
sounds
was
right.
Fucking close.
That sounds right.
Yeah, and again, they didn't go very far. They didn't.
Yeah,
make,
they
there's a.
could.
I think like the biggest thing for this movie was they had to buy a lot of jerseys and a
Right.
lot of gear, and there's a lot of people
And
in
then
this
salaries,
movie, right?
yeah.
And this, I mean, I'm sure Eugene Levy was just like, "I got you, bro. I'll help
Oh,
you out."
yeah, I mean,
right?
he was
Especially
barely
Canadian.
in it.
Well, that's why I know too. A lot of those Canadian,
They're
they kind of
also
stick within
nice.
the circle. They
Yep.
use the same actor.
So
They're also
nice
nice.
there.
They got
Yeah.
paid with donuts.
Oh fuck it, you got some Tim Hortons there. All right, there, bud. Yeah,
Right.
sure. Give me a cruller. All right.
I feel like most of them just
The Jason
hanging out
Priestley
was cool
put a-
enough. You know, I don't know.
It's going back to it every time. I put a Timbit inside of a fuck. I can't remember what it was. A cruller.
I don't remember.
Called it the
either.
Priestley.
I don't remember either.
Squamish.
That's a good scene. Everyone can remember what Tim Hortons they
Yeah.
were in and what donut they were eating.
God damn it! I fucking love it. I love that episode.
I rewatched How I Met Your Mother recently too.
It holds up.
It does.
Except
It does.
for the end.
Sucks.
But we're not going to
Yeah.
get super deep into it because
Yeah.
we're going to get off the rails if I start that.
Yeah,
the
that's
reels.
true.
Off the reels, thanks. All right, so what do we think it made box office wise? What did it make in theaters? Now, again, it was only
was
released in
limited,
Canada.
and
It was limited. I'm going to say it was limited to 258 theaters on its release. It's not a lot.
That's tough. Yeah, you're not really.
So going back to Randall, what do you think it made overall box office?
23.
23. I mean,
I like
all
how
right.
you did that.
Yeah,
you
I
didn't. You
switched it up
taken my.
real hard.
Taken my.
Yep. Tara,
You can say 23. It's fine.
I'm not going to
she can do
because
24.
I still think you're wrong. I think
It's been
because it
3
was
episodes.
very limited, and I don't think this movie got traction until
After the
it was
fact.
streaming. Like
Yeah.
until
Yeah.
it was. So I'm
It
gonna
does have a
say-
sequel, by the way.
Oh yeah, I know. I didn't watch it, but I know that
The
it's
sequel's
bad.
not bad.
I saw it.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. It's not as good, but it's not bad.
Yeah, they reach.
I wasn't gonna pay for both. So.
Actually, no. The sequel's on
2 for
Netflix.
1
I
for
think.
5.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think the sequel's on Netflix.
Is it?
Okay. I'm gonna say so.
gonna
It cost
find out.
12 million. God, I think they. I think they lost on this.
Man, this couch is on fire.
I'm gonna say.
Because I'm going lost too.
I think it's lost. Yeah, I'm gonna say
Yep, it's on Netflix.
8 million, 9, 8, 9.
Okay.
You seen that, right?
I think under 10
The
million.
Yeah,
Danbury-
I think
So good.
under 10. I think they lost.
Okay,
Okay.
my number is 10. I was like right around there.
I think
'cause
under 10.
There's no release. You know, I
There's
feel like
nothing,
they,
yeah.
Exactly.
I feel
Yeah.
like they made more money on the back end.
So they definitely, like I said, they released it at the Toronto International Film Festival, which actually a lot of people liked it there. But you're
So do
right.
you- I'm sorry to interrupt you. Do you pay at a festival like that, or is that just somewhere where they kind of throw the movie out there, try to gain traction?
Right.
Is that
So
how
it's
this works?
kind of like what's that one that's the big one down
Cannes.
here? Right, Cannes or whatever. No, that's a French one or
Oh yeah,
Cannes.
that's not here, but like
Whatever, yeah, right.
Sundance and the
Sundance, yeah,
yeah,
that's
that's
what I'm looking
Yeah.
for. So people bring independent movies there,
Yeah.
or movies
Yeah.
they're trying to get funding for release to say, hey, look, this is what we got. What do you think? Help us out.
Yeah,
so
then
I
they,
think
they try to get investors and
exactly. I think that the Toronto International Film Festival was the same thing. I don't think it got traction. So the opening weekend numbers are 1.2 million.
Opening
The
weekend.
opening weekend. The overall box office, 7 million.
Yikes.
You're right. This couch is on fire.
Yeah.
Getting it. Would you
I
say
will
20,
say-
25?
That's the 23.
I will
You
say
thought
I'm
it was
usually
always cheating,
I'm
too.
usually pretty good at those. I will say the ones I've been.
I'll give you that.
I've been pretty clear.
Yeah. And it's true. Like this movie didn't again, we
say I
talked
cheat?
earlier that
No,
nobody
always say
really
I
knows
cheat.
about this
Yeah.
movie.
It's a
Well, at
niche-
least
it's a niche
Clearly
movie.
not.
sure. Like most
Get lucky.
hockey players who are like in the know, they know about it.
Yeah.
But outside of
know,
that,
you
you
know.
talk to people like, hey, have you seen this movie? Never heard of it
Yeah,
before.
never heard of it.
Even if you're a Sean William Scott fan, like
Yeah.
people are like, oh shit, I didn't know about it. And then you show it to them and they're like, this is really good.
Yeah.
I've never not showed this movie to somebody and them go, I'm done. No.
Yeah.
I will say, I was a Goon virgin.
Okay.
I started it. Carrick had seen it. He wasn't with me when I watched it, but
Okay,
I
okay.
asked him about it.
Your
when you
boyfriend,
text
by the
me.
way, because there's people who don't know who
Okay,
Carrick
well,
is. That's a
Sure.
sure.
Um,
We
but I
have fans.
asked him because I asked him
People
if he had seen it.
Sure.
Because I wanted to get his opinion before I watched it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, a lot of people, loved it." I was like, "Okay, fine."
You were halfway through, like, oh,
At least in the first 20 minutes, I was like, "This is not gonna
Really?
go well. This is the level that it grew on me
Right.
as
Yeah,
the
yeah,
movie
yeah.
went.
That's good.
But in the beginning, it was so like
good hit, eh?
like cheesy, not
Yeah.
cheesy.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was lacking. Like
It's a little
like
cheesy.
The acting was
Those are
even
good
felt
singing.
a little
You did some
like
good singing there.
Yeah.
the acting was a little
I got some good backgrounds.
like
Get
I
some
don't know
harmony.
I don't know that cheesy is the right word.
No, you're absolutely
like,
right.
you know,
It is
and
a
as a-
little cheesy to open it, right? With that song.
Yeah.
And even though Jay Baruchel does a great like kind of opening thing with it, it is a little like kind of cringy, right? In the
Yeah.
beginning when he's in his basement or whatever in his living room talking to him, and then the hot ice segment, while it's funny, I think it's funnier on rewatch.
Yes.
But if you're first watching it like you did, it's kind of like, what
Well,
is
even
this?
even the scene like where the guy comes up and like the first thing where
Sorry.
he beats him up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he
Because
comes
his
out of the
brother,
ring.
he's like, my brother's gay.
My brother's gay.
And
My
like
brother's
even that, like the way they filmed it and stuff, it felt very like sea level.
Yeah.
I get
And
that.
although I will say on that scene, I also prefer corn dogs to hot dogs.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me
For
too.
the same
Because
reason.
the bun's all the way around.
For the same
Exactly.
reason.
And it's on
you can
snack.
just
These
hold
are
it in.
tasty treats.
I'm
I like how
enjoying my
he's got
tasty
one in
treats.
his mouth and he's got like two in his hand.
Because you like fucking cocks in your mouth. God damn it, Sully. Yeah.
But it did.
Well, before they even go, he's like, I'm gonna stuff your big ass
Yeah,
full of corn.
yeah.
It did.
Okay.
It
It's just
grew.
perfect just to see his dumb ass sitting there.
did
Going
with
like corn. He's like, I'm having a good time.
These are
Right?
tasty
It
treats.
did. He also was very polite through the whole movie.
He really was, yeah.
The whole
He's
movie.
a gentle giant almost.
Well,
Considering
so
he
showing
was
him-
like one of the only ones not Canadian.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Like, he was
So
so
showing him
polite.
like as the bouncer, like the old dude, like this motherfucker isn't giving me a treat. He's like, well, that's because that's
He's
not
just very like.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, or the joke he gives to the people outside the synagogue where he's like, "Oh, sorry, I'm gonna have to see your IDs. You
And
guys are
they
too
look-
young."
they're
You're like,
like-
"Huh, what the hell are you talking about?"
Or even
funny.
like when the
Because Yarmulke flies
the
away in the
bar
wind.
owner-
Chasing it is just, it's the
No
epitome of
wind.
like stupid.
No,
Yeah.
no wind, stop.
And then later he gets hit in the fucking face with like the trash in the
Yeah.
street. He's just
Yes,
standing there.
and he's like
Hit.
doing this and like stepping on
It's
it.
like just his life.
yeah,
like,
yeah, it's
fuck,
great.
man.
It's
But
good.
like then like even in the beginning where they're introducing him as the security guy,
Yeah.
and the bar owner's outside making him beat up that guy, he's apologizing
Right.
like
I'm so
while he's
sorry about
punching
this.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that shows such good character like development, even just for him, even in the moment. They're not like showing throughout the movie that he's growing. That's just who he
That's
is.
just who
Yeah.
he is.
Right, and it's really
Right off
good.
the bat, he's
Yeah.
just polite the whole time.
For sure. So, all right, box office that week. We're going to go through the top 10 of what came out that week. Again,
yeah,
this
that's
came
right.
out earlier at the Toronto
Oh, you
Film
didn't.
Festival.
You didn't tell him that we do this, did you?
I guess not, but we don't guess. I just go through it, and if there's a movie, cool, whatever. I will say this is one of the worst top 10s I've ever seen us go through.
When we get to the top 3 is when we guess.
Yeah, so we'll guess what. I'll tell you
1,
the
2,
top 3 that came out that weekend, and
guess
we'll
the
guess
order.
the order of
track
the
it.
top
Yeah.
3. Right? Yeah. So, all right, number 10 that week, The Secret World of Areti.
What?
Never.
Don't even
fuck is
know.
that?
What
I looked
that
it up
is.
too, and I went, "What the fuck
Nope.
is?" Nope.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Number 9, Gone.
In 60 seconds?
No, just
No,
Gone.
what?
Not even Gone
Not
Girl.
Gone Girl.
No,
Okay,
yeah, just Gone.
What is gone?
Fucking no.
I
Number-
feel like if I
question
looked
me.
it up, I would know because it sounds familiar.
This
but
is-
I cannot.
Yeah,
Like
'cause
I
you got
said-
Gone Girl and Gone in 60 seconds.
No, not either of those.
Gone in 60 seconds is so good.
That's
I watch it every time it's on TV.
Good.
Yeah, dude, me too.
old
No matter what point it's at,
Eleanor.
I'm
Doesn't
in.
matter.
He's-
good old Eleanor.
She's
Let's
like,
go.
like, why? I'm like, oh, what do you mean?
You
why
know
not?
why.
What do you
No,
mean,
it's
why not?
really
Because it's so good.
It's so good.
Fucking Nick Cage. Number 8,
Number-
Wanderlust. I know that
Oh,
movie.
that was that
my
bad?
gosh.
That might be a better movie if you're told about it.
That makes sense.
I feel like maybe because it's kind of like
That-
this.
there-
Jennifer Aniston, right?
Jennifer
Jennifer
Aniston,
Aniston, Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd.
Oh yeah, Paul Rudd.
you don't take this,
Justin Thoreau. Thoreau.
Something like
What's
that.
the
Yeah.
blonde? She's one of my favorites. I can't think of her name. She's
It's
in
been a
it.
while
She's
since
Yeah,
I've seen
she's-
it.
oh,
Alan Arda. Alan Arkin's in it.
Her name's like
And Alan Arkin.
the blonde. She
She's
was
the wife
in the
in-
27 Dresses, and she was in
Couples Retreat. She's Vince Vaughn's wife in Couples
Yes,
Retreat. What's
she.
her
I
fucking
think
name?
her name's Malin something.
no.
Or
Yeah, you're
She's in
you're
Monster,
almost
too.
you're
I'm
almost
there.
yeah,
It's
you're there.
somewhere.
I know all the movies. she's in.
Malin Ackerman or something.
Something.
Yeah, yeah,
Absolute
yeah.
beauty.
She's in Heartbreak Kid.
Heartbreak
Yes.
Kid.
Love that movie.
Yes.
That's a good one, too. It's a good one.
No, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, no.
I can't believe Wanderlust is that
Wanderlust
bad.
is one of those ones that I also feel like you have to prep someone.
Yes,
Like,
'cause it's like-
we're gonna watch this and you're gonna feel uncomfortable.
Yeah,
but it's a good uncomfortable.
Malin
They
Ackerman.
join a
There
cult.
you
Like
go.
it's weird.
She
They
was
join
in
a cult.
she was in the first Harold and Kumar.
Yes, yeah,
Yep.
she was topless. Yeah,
Yep.
What I remember that part.
She's actually topless in a lot of movies. She's topless in Heartbreak Kid.
Yep, yes, she is.
She I actually just
She
recently
pisses on Ben Stiller in that movie at
watched,
the end.
but she was trying to save him.
You're right.
It was a polite pissing.
The funny thing is, like, when she pulls her panties down, like, her bush is like,
yeah.
comes out.
I just watched. I don't know that it'll resonate in this room at all. I just recently was in the mood for like a chick flick, so I
Sure.
watched 27 Dresses again
but
with
that's
Katherine Heigl.
Not a bad movie.
It's
Katherine
actually
Heigl
hard
sucks.
for me to watch her in other things because she's such a bitch in that movie.
Yeah, touche.
Like
I'll give you that.
sometimes characters just really
Resonate
they
too
hurt
much.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you
in
watch him
feature.
later, you're like,
Yeah.
fuck this. I don't like this person.
Yeah,
now.
really. you're-
Also, I don't think Katherine Heigl sucks. I think Katherine Heigl got some bad in
She's good in what's that movie?
not in,
Knocked Up.
No. Oh, I forgot she's in that.
Oh, the one with Gerald Butler.
Yeah, that one.
Gerard
Where she's
Butler.
like a
Ugly
producer.
Truth.
Ugly
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
the truth. Like I've liked her in all of those things. Like I liked all those movies.
Yeah. What fucking movie is that?
And I think she got a bad rep because
It's a good movie.
where she
No,
started going.
she got a big head and started being a bitch to people on set, and a lot of
That's
people
in
came out and
interviews,
said,
and that's-
"Fuck this bitch."
But
she's
you know
out."
what? Just
That's why.
recently,
That was a little harsh. I'm sorry.
Ellen
Pompeo.
yes,
Yes.
from Grey's Anatomy, just recently came
She's
out
from old school to me.
in an
but okay.
interview. Oh yeah, That's true. She was in Friends too. She was in a Friends episode.
You know who wasn't in Friends?
What role is she in Old School?
She's the girl that
he used to go to school with.
Not Owen Wilson.
The white snake.
The other
the
Wilson.
The white snake jacket.
Yeah, the white snake jacket.
Okay.
But she had the kid. And
Good talk. See you out there.
Oh, that's her?
Yeah.
Oh, that is her.
A lot of people
that's
don't.
old.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, where she gets on the CD racks like, oh, we stopped selling those 2 months ago.
But
Exactly.
she, like, in an interview recently, she actually
that
said
movie.
that she
Recommend you stop being
she
such a
backed
faggot.
up.
What?
She backed up Katherine Heigl. She was like, I think she was ahead of her time because she was trying to demand more money and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, there's a thing to say that once you get into showbiz, you become a person that is surrounded by yes people,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So the minute you're not around a yes person, you have an attitude, right?
Yeah.
Like,
You gotta check the ego.
hey, give me a Pepsi. No, get it yourself. What? You know what I mean? Like,
And she
I get
said,
it.
and she said, and you know, when you think about back when that show first started and everything, things were still like they were still fighting for equal pay.
Yeah.
On movie sets and stuff for actresses versus actors, and I think
that's true.
That's what Ellen was
yeah.
trying to say. Is she was like it wasn't appreciated because she was ahead of her time. It wasn't a big enough movement yet.
Sorry.
It wasn't a big enough movement yet,
Fired
and
'em
so
up.
she's saying I support what she was trying to do.
I get it. Yeah.
So, and she was like, "There's no animosity for me. I'm not mad at her."
So did you doing schoolgirl or a slutty nurse? Hi, Frank.
Earmuffs. We do earmuffs. We
Is
actually
that
did.
hard? And I can say anything you want.
Right. Yeah. Fuck, shit, balls, cock. Yeah.
You see? Can't
I
get rid
love
of it.
Vince Vaughn too.
And you know what the best part about that movie is? His kid wears a soccer uniform the entire
Every scene
the
he's
entire
in.
movie.
And you know what's funny?
They're always coming from soccer.
Yeah, shorts and orange jersey.
Those
always.
uniforms are the same uniforms that the movie Kicking and Screaming, in which
With
Will
Will
Ferrell's
Ferrell.
in.
What a
used.
class! Dude, not a lot of people know about
No,
that.
no, they don't.
Screaming.
They really don't.
Fucking the guy from Gone in 60 Seconds is his dad. Fucking.
Oh
what's
yeah,
his
yeah,
name?
yeah. Oh my gosh, he's been.
Oh,
in
the
so
old
many
guy, the
things.
body
Yeah.
shop guy.
He's been in. He wasn't old in.
And Gone in 60 Seconds. He was
I
old.
mean, he was.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
yeah, he was at the chop shop guy. He was old.
He was
Kicking
in
and
Days of
Screaming.
Thunder.
Yeah, he was the head pit
He
crew.
just always
Shaped
looks
you like a
old.
bullet. That was a smart man. I
Fucking,
love Days of Thunder, by the
he
way, is
was
my
in-
second
Robert
favorite movie
Duvall.
of all time.
I love Days of
Robert
Thunder.
Duvall, thank you.
We were
he was
supposed
also,
to
He was in
review
Four
that.
Christmases. Also with Vince Vaughn.
Dude, I love that movie too.
That's a
Or-
good.
Orlando.
That is an
Named
underrated
him.
Christmas movie.
Named
him.
I
It really
watch
is.
that every season, every
really
Christmas
is.
season. It's an underrated
The
Christmas.
part where
movie.
they're trying to put the satellite dish on and everything,
Yes.
and Jon Favreau. I think Jon Favreau wrote and directed that movie. Jon Favreau.
He actually, I feel like he directs.
lot
Like
of
he's
movies.
behind the
He
scenes
was-
a lot more than people think he is.
Elf, Iron
Yep.
Man,
Yep.
The Mandalorian. Which, if anybody hasn't seen Mandalorian, watch it.
That's me.
good.
Guess what?
What?
Jon Favreau also on Friends. So
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Back to the top 10 that week. Number 7.
7.
This Means War.
oh, was that the one with Reese Witherspoon?
Yes, where it's Chris Pine,
Chris Pine.
and Bane.
Oh my god.
Rolling in the
Oh my
darkness.
God, why am
Yeah,
I-
I can't think of it
Tom
either.
Hardy? Ed Hardy?
Tom Hardy.
Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Yes.
Man,
Strawberries are made
We're
of
doing bad.
fiber. Sorry, I had to
We're
bring
doing
it back.
bad on the names. today.
Like I said, this is a weird top 10. So number 6, Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance.
That's the second
Yeah,
one.
damn.
Terrible.
But why
terrible
was there a
Nick Cage
second
movie.
one?
Yeah, I
Terrible
don't know
Nick
why
Cage.
there was a second one.
The first movie is so bad, but it's one of those like you watch it and you're like, God damn it, I'm gonna watch it, but
I'm
it's
gonna-
bad.
Yeah, that's one I've never watched.
I'm gonna
Nick
sit
Cage.
through this
Don't.
whole fucking thing.
It's like Electra. You remember that with
Jennifer Gardner.
Jennifer Gardner that came out
Oh,
because it was a
yeah.
spin-off of Daredevil, that
Daredevil.
nobody even fucking wanted either. And that's honestly the worst movie Marvel has ever put their name on.
Electra or Daredevil?
Electra, and I think it like killed her career, honestly.
Jennifer, what's her name?
Gardner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she
I do
now
like,
now she doesn't
13
do
going on
anything
30.
because she was Alias.
What's in your wallet?
She was Alias. The
Yeah,
show.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what that was her big thing.
Sure, yeah, that
And
was her
then,
springboard,
so
yeah.
Electra wasn't that far off from like the type of role that she played in Alias, but she hasn't been in anything even remotely like that. Everything else now she's been like a
Okay, thank
a
you.
mom.
I got a dog on me. I'm producing
She was-
producing the show live. Thank you for giving me a twisted
I wouldn't
tea,
say that
sir.
it ended
You
her
know what?
career
I'll,
because she
He's
was.
gonna get a twisted on there
You
too.
know what? The Molsons are good. We're gonna
I'll
mix
just
it
wait
up.
till you guys are done. It's fine.
I'm listening.
She was.
How you
just-
doing on that twisted tea?
It's in here.
Oh, it's in that.
There's ice in here.
I like it. Yeah. nice.
She was just the mom
Dude, the
in
lineup.
that new Ryan Reynolds movie.
Oh, you're right.
She was the mom.
Yeah.
And
what
she-
would the
What was,
what was it? Yeah, what was it called? You're talking the Netflix
Oh,
one,
with
right?
the kid. Yeah. With
Yeah,
The kid.
haven't
something
watched that one yet.
Project Adam or
Project
something.
Adam.
I was
Yeah.
told to watch that
It's
under
good.
the influence of psychedelics, and it would be very
Uh, I mean,
I don't know.
I don't feel like you need that.
Just because it's like trippy, I heard because he's
Yeah.
like lives multiple lives.
Yeah. Okay, no, you're right. You're right. You're right.
It's, I mean,
My buddy did it, and he was like, "It's one. You should try it."
You should try
but
it.
that kid, they
Try
could not
that.
have cast a more perfect
better kid.
to play young Ryan Reynolds. Like
I have watched the behind the scenes or all of his interviews.
he can quote
kid's
the whole
amazing.
Deadpool opening speech.
Good for him.
He can quote like there was an interview Ryan Reynolds was like sitting next to him like do it.
Just
do it,
yeah,
do it, do
get it.
Like,
Yeah.
do it.
It's funny. It's funny. All right, number 5, The Vow.
I don't even know what that is.
With Channing Tatum,
Oh, okay.
Rachel
Good old,
McAdams.
good old Channing
Oh, that's
Tatum.
Where
where
she
gets
forgets.
knocked on the head.
She
I watched-
forgets.
Yeah.
that
Oh,
they're-
I have seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's actually a really like watching it is kind of
decent, yeah.
traumatizing.
So I
Like,
haven't seen it, but I've seen when you get lost on Facebook at night and
Mm-hmm.
end up on these
See
random
scenes
videos.
and
I watched 10 minutes of it where he's like trying to convince her to stay, and I'm like, this is heartbreaking.
oh yeah, because
this is
they were madly in love.
Well, yeah, and her parents didn't like him, I guess, so they're trying to get her to
Get
come
it
They're
in,
away.
gearing
yeah.
her towards the guy she
Yeah.
remembers dating.
Can you imagine?
It's terrible.
I like it. My
I mean,
favorite.
it's so like you said, it's heart
I'd be
wrenching. Like
broken.
watching.
I'd be
yeah.
broke. I'd be an ugly crying.
And she tries.
Ugly cry.
She like tries at first, and she's like, "I'm not this person."
Yeah.
She doesn't know herself as this person.
like that
It's
deep
very
ugly
sad.
cry.
Yes. Oh, sad.
My favorite fun fact about Channing Tatum goes back to a movie we talked about earlier. This Is the End. He plays a gimp in that movie,
Yes.
right?
At the very
Yeah, on
end.
the leash.
So when he shows up to film that, they wanted to use like a double or somebody else while he was in the mask.
He
He's
was like, "No."
no, I got this. So every time you see that, it's fucking him. It's great.
Like
It's
humping
great.
the leg.
Yep.
and stuff.
Yep. Number 4, Safe House.
With Ryan Reynolds.
With Ryan Reynolds.
That was a big time for him.
Yeah.
This show. This should just be called the
And
Ryan
Denzel-
Reynolds
and-
show.
It should be the Ryan Reynolds show.
How can we watch this movie and link it back to?
I know, right?
Also important, Denzel Washington.
talking about?
Like, let's not
Denzel.
skip- let's not skip
The
him
movie
over.
called Safe House with Ryan Reynolds
Ooh,
and
that was a good
Denzel.
movie.
That's where he's like an
Look at
FBI
you.
agent or
Look at you,
CIA.
good movie.
and
Something like that. Yeah.
But he's like running
He's just a random post.
barely used safe house.
Yeah.
Like they
Yep.
don't use it, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden
He's top dog.
they have
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
And
For sure.
he's
Put those headphones back on, boy.
it's thrown
He's
right
fucking
into
hurt me,
it.
dude.
You got to put your ears into it. Or if you want, bring your own.
God, would you just grow?
I know,
up?
they're-
It's just
free.
so loud.
It's
Because
not
you're
loud.
deaf.
I am deaf. I'm probably that's the problem.
fine.
I'm
I'll
sorry.
figure it
This is
out.
great
You're
because
good.
I'm deaf. So it's-
Yeah, but there you go. It works perfect. All right,
I mean,
top 3.
I've got
We're good.
tinnitus, so like
Tendinitis. Top 3 in no particular order, and then we'll guess the order.
got it.
So we have Journey 2, The Mysterious Island. So I believe that's The Rock, right?
No, that's
No.
no. The Rock was Journey to the Center of the Earth. I have no fucking idea what that.
I'm pretty sure that's the second one, Journey to the Center of the Earth 2.
Is it?
I think so. The Mysterious Island.
Sure.
You want to look it up, Randall?
I got it.
Journey
Randall, could
2?
Randall, you're the younger.
Journey 2.
Journey
like the
2?
Number 2.
Journey 2?
No,
as
like,
in we're going
also.
to
Or Journey?
Or
Shut
also,
up, that's
May,
what we're
maybe
gonna
that's, I don't know.
do.
Maybe I'll
Also.
fucking look it up too. I don't know.
Journey
I can't
to
believe Wanderlust and was outdone by
Journey.
these like because how good that
Center of
movie
the
is.
Earth
I'm still
2?
taking it.
No,
mean,
Journey
Safe
to the
House
Mysterious
Safe
Island.
House was pretty
I
good.
So I'm
agree
right.
with that.
I'm
Mysterious
absolutely
Island.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
right.
yeah.
You're
It's
right.
right.
You're
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
With The Rock.
And
He's
it
in the
has,
jungle. If it's a
it has
jungle
the
movie, The
fucking-
Rock's in it.
It has
gotta be.
Josh Hutcherson in it.
Yeah, look at that. Coming back.
to come back around.
Exactly. Perfect.
The
Maybe
Rock
that's a
was
husband.
also with
That's
Sean
the
William
Yeah,
Scott
link it.
in the
Yeah,
rundown.
I love the
was
rundown
thinking- I
with
was like, how do we link this?
with Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken.
Get out of here, monkey.
We're all fucked
It's crazy.
Up. Yeah, monkey.
Whoa,
Crazy.
drinking some
Thunder,
I'm gonna be able
lightning,
to do
thunder,
it. Fucking-
drinking some twisted teas here. It's crazy.
Christopher Walken.
Act of Valor.
Ooh, okay.
So,
that had to be.
what do we think?
That had to be number 1.
1, 2, 3.
Which one was
We're
it?
going Randall first.
Hold on,
Don't
which
look at
one?
it because you're gonna.
No, I'm looking up.
Actually,
which,
Act of Valor was one of the
Act of
low-key
Valor.
military movies. They weren't. They actually used real seals in that one. It
That
wasn't
one, that
actor
one.
seals.
Okay, yep.
Real
So
seal.
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
think it was that big of
You're
a movie.
You're an ex-Marine, right?
We never ex.
We're never next.
I got you, brother. I have nothing to do with the military, but I
He's
understand.
he's
that.
getting it. Yeah,
I
I like it.
understand that.
All right. What do you think? Top 3 in what order?
I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna go with Act of Valor, Journey, Goon.
Wait, you said 3, 2,
I didn't
1,
say Goon.
but you started up
You didn't
here
say
and
Goon?
went down.
I didn't say
I didn't even
Goon.
hear the.
Did you see that?
I didn't even hear a third one.
What is the third one?
3, 2, 1.
So safe.
Three, two, one.
Sorry.
Yeah, you didn't give us a
Journey to
third
the.
one.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, I didn't. Look at me.
So we just assumed Goon was.
I was thinking-
Fuck, my bad.
I was like, these
Okay,
T's
the
have
other
got
one.
me, but
The other
T's
one.
have got
The T's have
you.
got me. The half and halves. All right, the other one is Tyler Perry's Good Deeds.
Oh.
Okay, all right.
Is Goon not on this list?
That's not. Well, that's the top 3.
Goon
of the
was
release
not-
list.
Oh,
I mean, like the 10 list.
Goon was
So
not
remember,
on top
remember how
10.
we said in the opening weekend it made like $1 million?
It wasn't even in top
So
10.
if you want to
Yeah,
know,
you're right.
Goon was number 17.
Yeah, that was-
Oof.
So Goon was a fart in the wind.
Yeah.
Compared to that.
Yeah, like I
Podcast
said, it
numbers.
didn't get traction until it was
Yeah.
like on Netflix and
Right.
everybody was watching it.
Okay.
Netflix or DVD, yeah, for sure.
So then,
You're going.
fucking Tyler Perry is number 3. I don't like.
Please
I don't
stop
like
doing
his
number
shit.
3 up here. Number 3
Why?
and
3,
then go
2,
up.
1.
Why would it go down? Why would it decrease?
3, 2, 1. That
my God.
seems wrong.
When you
Let
look
him
at
do- let him
when
do
you look
random.
at a piece of paper and they're listed out as 1, 2, 3,
You
where
know,
are
you
they?
can go up and down if you want. I'm gonna go
Oh
down.
yeah, one does go
up
down,
and down.
but
Wait.
yeah, I was just
One is always at the top of the
I was
list.
thinking, I was like, why would
Tyler
one be at the bottom? I was like, 1, 2, 3. I was like, no, I'm an idiot. It's just 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
It's whatever you
it's
want,
here,
Randall.
one.
Randall, you make
Tyler
your
Perry
own.
is number 3. Okay,
Yeah, just
there
use-
we go.
Yeah, just do that.
And then I already forgot the other 2. Journey
Journey, and then Act of Valor.
and then Active Valor. So okay, Tyler
So you're going Tyler
Active
Perry,
Valor,
1.
Active Valor.
Act of Valor 2.
No, backwards. 3.
He's
Because
the
3
whole
is Tyler
thing
Perry.
wrong.
Holy shit.
The
Oh,
whole
Oh, okay,
thing's wrong.
Tyler Perry
Tyler
3,
Perry,
Act of
number
Valor,
3.
and then Journey.
Yes.
Okay, Tara. I'm glad we got through that.
That was tough. It's okay.
I'm gonna say
I'm waiting
I
for
would I would say
Almost there.
Tyler Perry Journey Act of Valor because I think
But wait, in what
kids. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying
Tyler
I
Perry
list
1.
mine 1.
1 to 3.
Okay.
Because I also think Journey 2, a lot of parents took their kids
So
and
you
stuff,
said-
and I think that's a flux of
I think we have the same list. I was gonna.
Okay.
I was- I
Tyler
literally-
Journey.
Yeah, we're on
Act
the
of
same
Valor.
wavelength over
Okay.
here. This couch is.
This
safeless.
couch is
So the couch is wrong.
Oh,
It's number 1, Act of Valor.
See, I did
Number
not
2,
wanna-
Tyler Perry. And then number 3, Journey.
this was
Now-
probably a different time for the military as well.
Maybe, yeah, 2011.
Yeah, 11. Yeah, it might be a different time.
yeah.
'Cause those are great. Like the reason why I said it wasn't number 1 is just because it wasn't actor based. You know what
Sure,
I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, yeah.
and
It's
the way it
Act
was
of
It was a good
shot,
movie,
the
though.
way it was shot, it was tactically shot. It was a badass. One of my favorite
Yeah,
military
dope-ass
movies.
movie.
Like for real, that's shot well.
Yeah. I've
But
seen it, yeah.
And Tyler Perry, I feel like just always steals everything.
I fucking hate Tyler Perry.
Yeah, I'm not.
Not racist at all. I'm not into those movies.
know
But they're
that
not.
you
I'm not the
needed to say
demographic.
that.
I'm not
I
the
don't think any of
demographic.
us
said
were
you were
saying
racist,
that. I don't
Steve.
think anyone.
Yeah,
I'm
It's
saying
not
it.
my kind of
I'm
comedy.
Sure, I'm sure these couches aren't the demographic. But I
It's
do,
not my kind of comedy.
Yeah, it's a different
Yeah.
comedy.
It
Correct.
sucks.
I mean, I like the Friday
sucks.
movies.
Yes.
But I mean, so there's the Medea movies. There's a couple that I'm like, it's funny, but you don't need to do it to death.
Right.
Right. So
I feel like I like
those
more
movies
of
at
his
all.
serious movies than his funny movies.
Correct. He's a pretty good. He's very creative.
Oh yeah.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of a movie we touched on here, Gone Girl. He's in that, and he's really good at it. He's not in it a lot.
of the movies he's been in, he's a serious character.
Yeah,
He's
yeah, yeah.
not.
Right, and he's good at that. So like, I don't know why not be more serious. Whatever. Fuck
I
him.
like,
He's making
like I
his
said,
money.
I like more of his movies that are. I don't want to say serious, but like not slapstick funny.
Right.
Like
I got
they're
you.
more like
Yeah.
more of those than the type of like Medea
Right.
movies and stuff.
Makes sense.
Not,
All right.
not to backpedal too far, but 17 for Goon. So,
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. Oof. Big oof there. But again, if it was only released in like 200 and something theaters,
Right.
only in Canada, I mean, 17th is
Where
not
did
bad.
I see
I
it
guess.
then?
Yeah.
Did
They're
you see it
probably-
in
they're
theaters?
Probably celebrating it. I was going to say
I had
I
to have.
never saw it in theaters.
I didn't either. Yeah.
I saw it on my couch.
Like
for
I
sure.
said,
Well, it
I
probably
maybe
wasn't even
TV,
in a theater
Right.
Like
around
on
us.
like fucking DirecTV or some shit.
maybe,
Like,
yeah. I remember it did come out on DirecTV that you can like order whatever.
Well, it's
and
Yeah,
it was
also
on
it's
streaming.
where it
also
was
been out
from.
for so long. It may have just been on a random channel one
well,
day.
no,
Yeah.
so I saw it like back in the day when it first came out.
What was it?
I mean, that was
it
fucking
a
10 years
Wednesday?
ago.
Yeah, more than 10. Fuck. Again, I remember trying to like message all my friends back home, like, "Hey, where's this playing so I can come home and watch it?" And they're like, "What fucking movie are you talking about?" I was like,
Wow.
"Wait,
Well, yeah,
what?"
200,
Wow, even there,
258 theaters.
Yeah,
That's
right.
nothing.
So I remember going to Canada and like trying to see it with my wife because this is when we first started dating, and like I don't think we went and saw it. I think we waited until it came out on DVD or whatever, and I downloaded it and we watched it. So
Dived.
divida.
Must not have had a big. I mean, they had a small budget, right?
Sure, yeah.
So
Yeah,
I, mean,
it
I
wasn't-
imagine a lot of it is because I'm sure it costs them money to send out.
Oh yeah.
Well,
yeah,
it does,
exactly.
and if no one at the Toronto Film Festival picked it,
Bought
like
it or
Right,
invested.
right. Or if they said, "All right, we're going to release it in Canada first,"
See how it does.
Right, and it didn't do that good, then
And that's
is America gonna like it?
Town.
Exactly.
Netflix.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. So, well, 11 was Netflix really anything but just DVD?
It was, yeah, but that's how they.
Oh no, for sure.
I mean, back
but
then, now Netflix is like a whole nother level. Like
all
they're
its own
creating
thing.
their
Yeah,
own
their own
shows
TV
and movies.
shows.
they're not letting
Yeah.
me share my fucking profile to anybody else, and I'm gonna have to pay for my password sharing.
Like Adam Sandler, like has a contract with them right now to do numerous movies.
Remember
like,
when
Good
you
for
could,
him.
like watch movies together on Netflix?
you can do that. Oh no, not on
You can't
Netflix.
do
You can
it.
do that on Disney Plus.
No,
You
on
can have a
Netflix,
watch
you used to
party.
have like a watch
Never
party on
heard.
Netflix.
Yeah, you can do that on Amazon and Disney Plus still.
I'm not hip.
It was
No.
I've
I've never done
that.
it. Yeah, I've never done it either.
I don't
Hey,
know that
watch
I
this movie
want
with
to.
me. No,
Bitch, if
like,
you want to watch a
come on.
movie with me, come the fuck
Then we'll
over.
FaceTime
Exactly.
while we're doing it.
Right. You see that part? Yeah, it's so stupid. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wait, hang on. You're behind.
Then someone,
You're
I
20
gotta-
seconds
I gotta
behind.
pee. Pause it. They don't pause it.
Fuck you.
They
I'm
keep
weird.
going. No, I'm watching it.
Stupid. All right, we're at the tomatometer time, or the Rotten Tomatoes score. What do we think the critics and the audience gave it out of 100%? Randall.
Critics 57.
57.
I like
Yeah.
that number.
Audience.
Good number.
Audience 63.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 69 because it's hilarious. Come on,
60
God.
Nice. Nice.
Tara.
Is that number taken?
There is gay brothers.
His brother's gay.
This first thing comes up there in fucking figure skates.
Yeah, it's
God damn
great.
it.
I think
Light your ass back up on fire.
I'm gonna give them the same.
The same.
I think they were around the same.
Okay.
I would
That's
say
fair.
they were both around. I don't want to be too generous.
I don't want to give it too much.
I don't want to give it too much. I'm gonna say they were both around 65, 70.
Just say
70.
69. Just say
70.
69.
No, I'm not going to. I'm
Okay.
gonna say 70. I think they were both though. I think it was like
You
a.
had the opportunity to see.
I know.
See, I'm going tough on the Rotten Tomatoes.
All
I
right.
feel like they didn't give them because it wasn't a big blockbuster.
Sure.
So look, maybe 40.
Okay.
40,
For the
40,
critics.
yeah, somewhere in there. Fans though, I would say upper 70s,
Higher,
maybe
yeah.
even in the 80s.
I
Just
got
because it is once you're bought in.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
For sure. So this movie actually surprised me.
Oh.
I was expecting what you just said.
Okay.
Like a low critics, because this isn't a critical like good movie.
It's
No,
not.
yeah.
It's not a drama. It's borderline action.
Right. It's kind of just like
sport movie.
meh,
Yeah.
you know, whatever. But
But I feel like a lot of those movies. That's why I went even because I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of those obscure movies
Right.
you get surprised by.
Oh, see, I
the
didn't. There we
critics.
go.
yeah, and another thing too with like a type of movie
Major
like
League.
this where not a lot of people seen it, not a lot of critics are going to review it, right?
So if it's a lower amount of critics, it kind of like
Right. That's
On
what
a
I'm thinking.
curve.
Right. So I did a little deep dive on the Rotten Tomatoes, and it was actually reviewed by a lot of people.
Oh.
Like a lot more than I thought it would have been. It's more in line with like bigger budget movies. But
wow.
the IMDb, the tomatometer,
Tomatometer.
these
The
twisted T's.
tomatometer.
I'm sorry. So the Rotten Tomatoes score critics, 81%,
Wow.
way higher than I
Yeah,
thought.
I mean that's higher than I said, but
Way
I thought
higher.
that'd be like
that's
audience.
way
Right. Exactly. Audience score.
So that's got to be up there.
It's lower.
Oh,
71.
Damn.
still
The audience was
70s.
lower than the critics.
Yeah, that's the
weird.
first time for me on this podcast
Because
seeing
Major League 2
a score-
got a fucking, what, 8?
5.
Oh,
On
Major
Rotten
League
Tomatoes.
2 got a 5%
Yeah.
critics.
I will fight. Who?
That's what
I will fight
said
somebody.
The same fucking thing.
Makes
Yeah.
no sense.
You know,
We
there
need
there
to
was a
just
movie I was
become-
watching the other day that I was like, oh my god, I forgot about this movie. This is such a good movie, and I think it was the General's Daughter, John
Okay, yep.
Travolta,
Yep.
and it had a low rating, and I was like, what?
This is gay. Yeah, no.
You know, I used to take
God.
that shit seriously, like the tomatometer.
Yeah, it's
And
like hit or
I
miss.
I wouldn't watch a movie.
Shit.
Because,
So you used
Plug.
to follow it.
yeah, so if it was like a lower, nice. So if it was a lower score, I wouldn't watch the movie.
did it to myself.
But now that I
did.
know that they fucking suck, I'm just gonna watch whatever movie I
I
want.
never look at reviews before I see movies.
That
'cause
was my
I
next
don't,
question.
Really?
Yeah.
So do you,
Because
can,
I
you
don't-
remember what was we were growing up? Robert Ebert, 2 thumbs way up. Like
Yeah.
He would
Yeah.
judge good
Yeah,
movies.
who cares?
There's a lot of movies that he would shit on that I'm like, you're
Yeah, this
high,
is
dude.
great.
This is amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
who are these? Just cucks. you know?
Exactly.
Sorry.
Well, because
Yeah.
like,
No, you're good.
there's-
We used to have a host that would say cucks to anything.
there
all
were
good.
so many critics. And you're gonna have somewhere
Right?
it's just
Yeah,
not
yeah,
their
yeah,
cup
yeah.
of tea.
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
There are gonna be critics that are better at judging certain types
For
of
sure.
movies too, and it's just like you said, there's so many. Like you look at some of those movies,
Yeah.
and like 2,000 critics have really
Right, right.
2,000 critics. Like
I think it's
Yeah.
about
Come on.
time we become certified.
I agree. I think we have a very good rating system on this podcast.
I think I would be fabulous at that.
I think we have never not, besides one movie for me that I know everybody hates, but I love, which is The Love Guru. Have you ever seen that?
That was a good movie.
Man,
I liked it.
that was a not
Like
for
I
me.
had it
That's
on
fine.
DVD.
But you know why I like it?
Tell me,
Who wins the Stanley Cup in that movie?
Oh my
who
god.
does?
The Toronto Maple Leafs.
Oh, makes sense.
I mean,
You couldn't have guessed that
right?
by the way he was saying.
Well, I should have. Looking right there.
Right,
I
no,
should
that's
have.
right. Well, and the other thing, I like Mike Myers too, right?
I
And like,
love Mike Myers.
Mike Myers'
but-
shtick is through that movie.
Yeah.
I know it's like super racist and shitty, but
Justin Timberlake was in that as well.
And Justin Timberlake kills it as a stupid French guy. So I don't know. And it's I went on a real deep dive in the podcast because we actually reviewed that movie. We did a whole March Myers series where we did all Mike Myers movie all March long.
Myers.
Thank you.
Aren't you
Man, that's
adorable?
clever. That's good.
Thanks. We did that. So
adorable.
we reviewed that movie, and I kind of alluded to the fact that me and my wife really like watching that movie together.
Right.
So I think that's why it kind of like
Resonates
with me. Thank you. So like
Aw.
we kind of share like a bond watching that movie.
That's
So,
good.
It touches your heart.
How
and it's-
cute.
yeah, exactly. So we'll randomly like say stuff about that movie to each other,
Right.
like quote it, and yeah,
What was that word?
especially corn
That's
dogs.
important, you know?
Yeah. There's a part where he's talking about he's eating corn dogs, and as he's eating it, he's like, "Is this a dog's dinghy?" So every time I eat a corn dog,
That's what you
that's what me and my wife say to each other.
Right.
Cute.
Yes, thank you.
I dig it. I dig it.
You and Tiff are so cute.
Thanks. So, all right, we're getting to a point where we're going to ask questions again. Who was your favorite character, Randall?
Are there people that won't say Sean William Scott?
No, that's mine.
That's yours?
Yeah.
Sean William?
Yeah.
He's a beaut, man.
100%. I like him, but I also like him being a
Jay.
goon.
Yeah.
Just
Is it weird to say that
He
he put on just the right build
dude,
for this movie?
he was
He
good
got
for
Like,
thick.
he looks
Can
thick.
I-
Yeah.
let me-
Thank you. He looks thick.
Thick
Real
with
quick,
3
I wanted to
Cs.
touch on that. Because as I was watching the movie,
Yep.
some of like the supporting players, I was like, these don't look like
Like the
hockey
one
players.
pretty boy, the one.
They're like,
Xavier Laflemme.
No,
Nah,
no,
no.
not the
no,
pretty boy.
not
Sorry,
him.
Not pretty boy.
The one that supported the captain a lot. Is that what the
Oh,
little,
the,
the
uh,
little
the-
guy?
Oh, he
the little
was
guy,
great.
like yeah.
But also,
We're
like,
all
the
Adonises.
two-
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
those two Russian guys.
playing
that kept
divorce
picking-
guys.
That kept
Skull
picking on
fuck
the
your
goalie.
mother.
They
Yeah.
were like their legs were like this big. Like they were so they're
They
gonna
look like
break
my
on the
legs.
ice.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
You never know what to expect.
Once
from
you
an
take
ice
all
hockey
those
player.
pads off.
Yeah, you
and
never
they're-
know.
You never know. And it's funny, like Wayne Gretzky, best hockey player you've in
the
history.
Goat.
And he was nothing.
Yeah,
You know what I
push him.
mean?
Anyone nowadays would manhandle him
Oh, yeah.
so fast.
Yeah. I mean, definitely, yeah. Today, you look
Yeah.
at players, they're
Yeah.
all like, they have.
They're more like
But then again, 50-year-old men
Yeah.
played in the NHL back then. They
That's
had little
true.
silver foxes with
Oh, yeah.
no
It's
helmets.
true.
Right, exactly.
Like that does not fly today. Like
No.
he's
No.
been in the league for he's on his 8th season, 32 years,
You're right,
getting up
right.
there.
Yeah.
in the league
It's
now,
crazy.
like small is still like
Yeah.
they're
Oh, you look at
Jesus, that's
the small guys, and they're walking down the street, or if they're wearing shorts, and their legs are fucking tree trunks.
it's-
like
it's
they're
which
just
is crazy because
Quadzillas.
you
Oh,
would
yeah.
think
Matthews, my boy,
Yep.
Quadzilla.
Oh, dude, it's
Love him.
ridiculous.
you would think though with skating that you would have more.
You should.
Well, I mean, if you're looking at the movie, I mean,
That's
they're,
what I'm
they're,
saying.
they're actors.
Their legs
There-
are
there's
very,
there's
very
there's pretty.
skinny.
I will. Okay, there's
They
one.
were supporting roles. They were barely in the movie. You're telling me you couldn't have found two other people to pretend to be
only
Russian
had
skaters?
It's
$10
beach
million
ball.
budget.
Oh yeah, those
You
dudes
can't-
were- they-
can't
they-
fucking
they were
stop the
tiny
beach
all
ball.
Someone
over.
didn't have a brother or cousin
Right.
that could have done.
Okay, I want to say one thing, and this irks me because I was a goalie. I don't play goalie much anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But the backup goalie, he's sitting in the corner for much of those whatever scenes. He has the pads on the wrong legs.
Yeah, I did notice that
It
once.
fucking drives me crazy. Like, all right, Jay Baruchel, you're in this movie, you're writing it, or the guy who's directing it. Fucking look at what's going on.
So I think about that too, but then think about how much is going on.
True.
And they're just like, is everyone in place?
But
and the last thing you think about is,
yeah, true.
They
but
probably
it's,
didn't even notice.
I'm sure they
well, it's
didn't.
funny. A lot
The
of
final cut, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people who are putting goalie pads on that don't know
Yeah.
always put them on the wrong legs.
It's weird.
For whatever reason, they think there's like an outer roll. They think that needs to be on the inside.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know why, but it is what it
The
is.
fact that you called it an outer roll to me would make it seem like it should
Very
be on
technical.
the outer part.
Well, that's what it's
of the-
called, right? But if you don't know what it is,
It kind of looks like it belongs.
it looks
in the
like
middle. It's weird.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially like that time frame of pads.
Right, exactly. That you weren't so much worried
weren't
about the
as
knee stack and
evolved.
everything like that.
Yeah,
so,
but if your legs are going down, you'd probably want them on the outside, clearly outer roll.
Yeah, but some people don't.
Right, but you don't
some
know.
People think tight seal to the ice.
And
some
he's,
people are, you know
he's
what I
saying
mean? They're
some
like,
people
oh,
don't
it's
know
weird.
what they're called, is what
Yeah.
Steve was saying. So
I got some goalie pads in my garage. We're gonna go walk out there
for this.
Maybe we're gonna go out there, and I'm gonna ask you put them on, and we're gonna see what leg you put it on first.
Let's do it.
Now,
And
now he's
that's
ready. You
But
prepped
exactly.
him.
you've told
You
him that, I
prepped me.
feel.
He's got
Well,
the-
you
he's
don't
got the
know.
goggles,
He
he's
might
gonna
think
Google it right
yeah,
there.
exactly. He might have the outer roll. He thinks it's something else. You don't know.
You never know.
We're gonna find out.
I'm done.
Okay, cool. Tara, who's your favorite character?
Sean William Scott was my favorite
Yeah.
character. You know who my
Okay.
least favorite character was?
Ooh,
We'll get to that. Hold on. Pump the brakes.
Oh, not interesting.
We're going to Josh first.
Just kidding.
Who's your favorite character?
Pat.
All right.
You got to give it up for the hype man best friend.
You're right,
You got to give
100%.
it up. And it was weird because I didn't, when I rewatched it,
Yeah.
I forgot that they had their own show.
Yeah.
So I kind of bonded with that more now that we have a silly hockey
there you go. Yeah,
podcast,
that
you
makes
know?
sense.
So, like,
Yeah.
I kind of bonded with that more, and I was like, this guy's just having the time of his life.
He really is.
He's
Yeah.
making
Yeah.
the silliest. He's just
Yep.
making real content. He takes his little fucking camera everywhere. You know, look at the concerned
The little
girlfriend.
kid, the
like,
little
Yeah.
camcorder.
Oh shit, we're starting.
This
Yeah.
gay
Yeah.
brother, like,
Yeah.
Turns it back around. Like,
yeah, dude, it's just so good, and he really, I think he just took he brought the energy.
Yeah.
You know, because
I give it- yeah.
necessary.
Sean William Scott was such a chill
Yep.
dude.
Yep.
You know, you need to have that
More
over
like
the top.
reserved,
Yeah,
yeah.
you need to have that over the top best friend. Like
Halifax.
when he yells his number, 69.
Yeah, it's
Get it,
hilarious,
it's hilarious.
yeah.
He's like, is
that
69
number?
available? Like,
Which is funny that he was even there. Like
Right.
there was
Yeah,
literally
like, he
no
just-
one else there.
yeah, he just took his
like-
best friend.
Well, I mean, he called into the show, right? The coach to
Yeah,
like
yeah.
get him to come out in.
So they probably
yeah.
both just went.
Yeah, he's my favorite. He nails it. He's kind of like the cherry on top of the whole.
That scene really was so funny,
experience.
and
Yeah.
not even just because of him yelling, but that Sean William Scott just turned around and was like, "Is that one taken?" Like,
Right,
just
because he did.
very,
Yeah, he's like, whatever. I don't care.
I don't care.
Well,
and
it's
then
just like-
whatever.
And then the
When he
next
says
scene,
fuck it and fights the guy. Like
the next scene is him putting on the jersey, playing fucking Rush, and it's
Yeah.
like it's so perfect. It really is. Yeah. So my favorite character is the same. Is fucking yeah.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah. I mean, I have to. I
You were
love
hyping
Jay.
him up so much.
Yeah, I love Jay Baruchel, and it's really funny. Is I just rediscovered a show. It's called Undeclared, and it was made by the same guy who wrote Superbad with Seth Rogen. What the fuck's his name?
Adam McKay.
No, not Adam McKay.
He didn't do that
Oh, look.
Why am I blanking out? Anyways,
We're doing bad with that. Today.
We're doing
Like,
really bad.
We were forgetting
I'm no
everybody's
assistant,
names.
trust me.
It's
I
all
am
good.
Zero.
Undeclared. It's a TV show that came out in like the early 2000s, and Jay Baruchel was the lead character. It only ran for one season. It was on Fox. Seth Rogen's in it. Charlie Hunnam. How do you say his fucking name?
Oh yeah, from,
He's that
He's
real
in it.
Stern
Sons of
guy.
Anarchy.
Yeah, he's in it. What's his face from Forgetting Sarah Marshall and How I Met Your Mother's in
Jason
it.
Weigel?
Jason Segel.
Jason Segel.
Siegel's in it.
Weagle.
I mean, that's close. Whatever.
Weagle's fault.
Weagle Siegel.
Weagle's wobble.
The writer. So the show's really good. I just re-downloaded it and I'm watching it. I'm like on episode 4 right now, and even my wife was like, "What the fuck is this?" 30 seconds into the first episode, she's like, "Oh."
I will
in it.
say, like as far as
Judd Apatow. God damn it!
Oh
Why
my
didn't-
god,
yeah.
that's who you couldn't
saw.
remember.
Yeah, I couldn't remember.
Oh my goodness.
I know the Twisted Teas got me all twisted.
Kevin Hart wrote in there too.
Kevin Hart was in it as
Good
well,
for
dude.
him.
It's a really good show.
love Kevin
Fucking
Hart.
Amy
He's fucking
Poehler's in it
brilliant.
as well.
Jesus,
Dude, it's a great show.
But it was older. It was
It's 2000 basically.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really
What's it called? Undeclared.
undeclared.
And
yeah.
Kevin Hart hadn't even blown up or anything.
No,
Right,
dude,
right.
like all these people
Well, it
are in
sounds like
it.
a lot of them actually hadn't at that point.
The girl from Get Him to the Greek is like, "You want to sing karaoke?" She's in it too.
Oh, that girl's so funny. And she plays that type of person. I feel like in
Same thing in the show as well. Yeah,
So
so it's
that-
basically them going to college for like their first year and trying to figure
What
it out.
I will say about,
And
and
he's
I haven't
undeclared.
seen that show, but what I will say about Jay in this movie, he
is not what he plays in every other
no,
movie.
and
Yeah.
I usually
Fuck
don't
with it.
like him in the other
Really?
movies. He's very like
awkward and like
Awkward
not
and, like,
very confidence heavy.
in
Yeah.
She's Out of My League. When I watched that movie, it wasn't me being like, oh, I would never.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I get it because I would never date him because he's not good looking.
Sure.
He's just mopey. Like he just.
Yeah.
Even in the end, he was like that. Like, oh, I don't want to go to your.
That's definitely
he's
his
like a
character.
low energy
Yeah.
guy.
and
Like,
it's just he seems very like.
right.
Yeah,
if things aren't. Well, that's kind of how it was, and this is the end, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because
that's
things
what I'm
weren't
saying.
going
He was
his
like,
way. And
exactly.
He was
He's mad. Yeah.
He just wanted to hang out with Seth.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get, and I don't know if he's like. Obviously, we don't know what he's really like, but that's what I like about this role. Is that
He's very
He's different.
different.
Yeah,
He's
very
he's
different.
super high energy
Yeah.
in it. Yeah.
He's got the white trash mullet with the sideburns.
Even
and
'cause
amazing.
he wasn't.
Like,
He's got the
Yeah.
pre-Kane, Patrick Kane haircut. I love
was
it.
he was ahead of his time.
Yeah,
he
for
really
sure.
did.
He was one of Seth Rogen's friends in Knocked Up too.
Right, yep.
And he wasn't.
Well, the same gang.
He was like in the middle.
from Undeclared is Knocked Up.
Oh,
I feel
is it
like
really?
he was.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like he was in the middle. He wasn't as like, but he wasn't.
He was just there.
That. He was just
Yeah.
kind of there, and he was more talkative, but not.
You guys need any help in here?
Yeah.
Do not go in there.
What do you guys got all pink eye for?
Get out.
All right. Least favorite character.
Eugene Levy. Surprisingly.
I get it. I get what you're saying.
I mean, because he plays kind of like.
a dick.
I
For
get.
once. It's
Yeah, I get
weird.
what you're saying.
It's weird seeing him do that.
Yeah.
Like we talked about earlier.
Right, and I get it. He's not the worst character for me, but I get where exactly you're coming from.
I think only because I know him from everything else. Like,
Yeah, you like
actually know
Schitt's
him
It's
from
hard to
everything
watch.
else. I love
Schitt's Creek.
Schitt's
That's
Creek's
fucking love that
good.
show.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I just finished rewatching that. Like
I haven't talked to
couple days
many
ago.
other
Then Emily
men that
Emily
watch that.
Hampshire.
It's a good show.
Yeah.
That's-
What?
oh, shit,
Emily
yes,
Hampshire.
yeah.
Hampshire.
Yeah. She's
I
a-
love that show.
Tara, do you have a least favorite?
Yes, I do.
Oh,
Eva is my least favorite.
okay.
character.
Took mine. Wow.
Eva's my least favorite character. I actually think that
She's
storyline could
sweet.
have been left out of the movie altogether. I think it was
Interesting.
I think it was a waste. I really do. It was barely. It was barely touched on,
Yeah.
and she was literally cheating on her boyfriend the whole time.
That's
I
my
mean,
thing.
it was like
That's my thing.
Yeah,
You're just kinda
I'll throw it out there too. Yeah, my
Why?
least favorite character was Eva as well.
you know,
Yeah.
like
The cheating thing sucked, but it's weird because like even Doug knew it was wrong.
Yeah.
Like he just wanted to hang out with her so bad,
Yep.
and he knew it was wrong, and then he lets the guy
Beat the shit out of him,
the
yeah.
shit out
And
before
even-
his biggest fight.
Yeah.
of his life.
and then like
What a
he
good
barely
guy.
could even
Yeah.
see out of his one eye. Like
Yeah.
it was completely shut.
and he just and what a brute just taking the beating.
And,
you
like,
know?
he- I mean-
Oh, he fucking took it.
yeah, but he just knows he's like I did wrong. Like that's the way his brain works though. He did wrong.
Yeah.
He
Yeah, yeah.
needs to
Good
get
guy.
beat,
I mean, I
you know,
liked
like-
I liked the scene. I mean, I liked when they met.
Sure.
Because I liked the way he was like, you pretty name for a pretty face. Like he was
Yeah.
just very like
Super
because
awkward
he's
and
so
dopey.
he's just overly nice and polite and awkward that he was saying things that most girls would not hear from a guy in the bar, especially a guy who beats
sure.
up people.
Oh yeah,
Right.
for sure.
So
But the only I will say the one I'm sorry to interrupt you. The
No, you're fine.
one of my favorite Eva scenes though is when she's watching one of his games and she's like in bed
Yeah.
or whatever, and you can literally tell she's like, oh god, this is him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like she's like, oh, he plays hockey and he
Yeah,
beats
ooh.
the shit out of
that
people.
was another
Like,
thing too. Though.
you
I
can
feel
tell.
like too much in movies they depict that women want a guy that's going to beat the shit out of somebody
Yeah,
in a
I agree-
bar
I
for
agree with
them.
But
you. Yeah. Do they, though?
Is he almost
I
not
don't.
is he not one of the almost the perfect ideal gentle giant?
Because he
Like,
did just
he's
one
the-
punch. Like
Yeah, he's a massive man.
He
that
wasn't
handles his
aggressive.
business.
It
You're
was
right.
just
You're
like,
right.
Yeah, he
You're
helps
right.
people.
This
He
is, what,
sees.
this is what he deserved.
Yeah.
I'm going to give him that. That's it. Like
I agree. Like he like, but coming from the woman, it's like you see the like you see the desirable parts. Like
Sure,
he's a
yeah.
big guy. He defends his teammates. He knows how to bang.
Right,
Like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know what I mean?
And he's nice
that's-
about it.
I shouldn't use
Bang,
that
that was
word
a
in that
weird
exact
word.
point.
I feel like
That's a
also-
hockey term.
He knows how to bang.
Yeah.
That's a hockey term.
Because I was gonna say
In more
I was
ways
gonna
than
say, she wouldn't know that.
Right.
How would she know that?
Yeah, but then,
Maybe, whatever.
but then then he's also the dumb cute idiot because he doesn't his terrible social
And it's like
actions.
Yeah.
it's almost like
Like,
charming because
yeah.
it's like like refreshing.
Well, and it's funny
And
too.
then
Like
at the end when she's like, "You make me want to stop sleeping with
other
other
guys.
other
Yeah.
guys."
It's like super
like,
awkward.
oh.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what a
And look,
sentiment!
that's Forrest Gump vibes.
It is. Yeah.
It's like, oh, so now you're just settling because you
Yeah.
know my guy's real.
Yeah.
Right,
you know?
exactly.
Like-
I do like the part where she's like yelling for him during the game that she's there, and
Yes.
like the boyfriend's like,
what the fuck? Like, how do
Yeah.
you know? And then he's like,
"The fuck you looking at?" Yeah,
It's the wave.
exactly. Yeah,
It's the wave.
Because
It
he's
was,
dead.
it was
Very
definitely the
cringy.
wave
Yeah,
because
so cringy.
he's like, "What the? You know this person?" Like,
Right.
Because
69
she could have gotten away with just being invested in
Yeah.
in the hockey game,
itself.
yeah, but not him.
Not
and,
him.
yeah, as soon as
directly.
there was a wave, I was like, oh, his dick's been in your mouth.
Yeah,
Like,
in your
the
mouth.
First thing I would have thought, like, oh, you know this guy. You
How do
know
you?
him.
You've never mentioned that you know a pro
Right.
hockey player like that's.
Exactly.
I'd have been lost. I'd have been like,
Yeah. Favorite part or scene, Randall? Chug that.
Mm.
No, all right, sorry. Favorite part or scene.
I feel like all of you are gonna say the stupid gays.
that's one.
was a good
That's up
scene.
there, man.
You have
That's
one gay son and one stupid son,
I love.
and
how
he turns
looks
to look at
around.
everybody. Stupid,
gay.
gay. It is good.
I think mine is probably like one of his first fights where he went in, the guy started beating the shit out of him. He was looking at the coach.
Yeah.
What do you want? He was like, well, get it.
Well, yeah, because he said, he was like, don't do something unless I tell you to.
Don't do anything.
He was
like, what do you want me to do? But he was just taking the fucking shots.
Yep.
He was just.
It's like, no one has told me to fight back.
And the low-key build up to that is where like he just keeps looking back at the coach.
It's hilarious.
Which as a hockey player, it's like, please play me.
Yeah, he's like waiting to
He just looks like that like little dog. Like
but then when he looks at him, he looks away like a little kid. He's like,
yeah,
he looked at me.
Oh no, that's funny.
He's like, you're freaking me out, kid. Sorry, I didn't want to hijack your thing. But
that's
the build
good.
up to that is perfect.
It is.
Yep.
Tara, what do you got?
I'm actually surprised we haven't talked about it at all.
Okay.
I would say my favorite scene, and again, like I said, this was a movie it had to build for me. Like, in the beginning,
and it really does build very well.
In the beginning, I was reserved. I was like, when him and Rhea drop their gloves.
At the end.
In the end.
Yeah.
Like you kind of get like a, oh shit.
Beautiful.
Like,
yeah.
And the way that like the sound, like the, I don't not like song, but like the music that comes
swells
in.
into.
It's like you can hear the crowd being like,
oh shit.
Getting into it.
Shit. Because like I also hated that he made him think he was gonna fight earlier.
I was gonna say, I like that. You know what I mean? Like he's that's what would happen. You know what I mean? He's baiting him.
But then
like,
he sees, but then he's in the box and he sees that everyone is chanting for him and they all respect him and appreciate him. So he looks over and he's like, okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
And I love that Sean William Scott's like, thank you for asking.
Right.
Whatever
well, not only that, but like they build it so well by like having the conversation in the diner and everything, and then like him watching everything that's happening, and then the game where he's suspended.
Yeah.
It's great. And he steals a line from what he said in the diner, even like
speech.
So good.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah.
But
He's like, oh shit.
Right, exactly.
And not
they want me to bleed, I bleed.
Right.
Not even necessarily the whole fight, just very specifically when they square up and drop the gloves.
Yeah.
Because just like you can feel like what you would have felt if you were sitting in that arena. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like you can feel that. And even at
Feel
the
the
end of the
energy.
fight where he's laying on the ground, missing a tooth, bleeding, and he smiles because he's like, okay, like this is
the crown's been passed.
This was it.
Right, yep, for sure. And even in the end when he's in the locker room and he's like, Eva's holding him.
I think I nailed him.
I got him.
Yeah.
It's good.
I nailed him. The fact that he used the word nailed too was like, I think I nailed him.
Man, and that is like that fight is a wild emotional roller coaster because he's already hurt.
Yeah.
Like, he's already beat to a fucking pulp. And people forgot
his
his
fucking
ankle.
leg.
His ankle.
Yeah, his ankle's fucked.
Borderline cut off. My man was his ankle was murdered with a skate.
And then the refs even come in and he's like, he's not done. We're not done. Don't you dare.
Which is
like,
great. That's one of my favorite scenes where he's not fucking done.
Yeah.
Right.
And he tells it, and he does it twice.
He does it twice because the first time he's like, no,
it's beautiful,
no.
and it's coming from a place of hockey and fighting. It's fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Like it's beautiful.
Yeah, and like I feel I never usually pick like the climax ending to be my favorite scene, but it was
the
good.
whole
It was-
movie's building to
exactly,
right?
yeah.
And it makes it a good point and a good crescendo into it. And again, the music swells in a perfect
especially
way.
since they start with him.
Yeah.
Like they start with him,
Yeah.
and you know him beating the shit out of the oh my god, what's it?
Laflamme?
Well, he doesn't beat the shit out of
But you know what I
Laflamme.
mean,
He
like,
hits him, but no, he's actually fighting Georges Larac.
George LaRock was
Which is
great.
which is
Great
hilarious because
cameo.
he's like, nice hair. How long does it take, to do? And he's just like, I don't know, 4 hours, whatever.
Right.
He's like, oh yeah, they say you look like whatever, and it's like,
Yeah.
fuck you want to go? Yeah, let's go. Yeah, it's fucking.
That's
great.
when Ross and him go. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
good. Yeah,
it's
just a
good.
great cameo by.
Oh,
Rock,
for sure. I do like how that he. I wonder if he came in and was like, look, I'll be in this movie, but don't show me lose.
Right.
Because him and Doug get in a fight, and it ends in a draw.
He ends in a draw, and he's like,
Right.
"Hey, good fight." And he's like, "Yeah, that's a nice guy."
That's a nice guy right there. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I wonder if that's
because that was
he played for Montreal and somebody
now
else.
And there's been a weird.
Now I'm getting the fights mixed up. What? Because one of his first fights, not when he just like was backing up someone, when they like looked at each other and they were like, "You want to."
That's him and George Larac.
Okay, that's I was getting. There's so many fights.
There's definitely a lot of fights.
But that was also so like
it's respect too.
that was
that's-
like so casual to me. And then they both said good luck to each other before they started fighting.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah,
like, good luck.
So
Yeah.
that
happens,
That
yeah.
is like true fighter status. Like when they put those lines out there, coaches match lines for that reason.
For
They're
that,
like, hey, big boy, it's time. We got to change.
You see it even with Tom Wilson.
Yeah, you gotta
I mean,
change
even though
momentum.
they're not at the level that they were back then, you see that.
Yeah.
They're even in the movie. Every time I keep Laflamme, is that his name?
Xavier Laflamme.
Laflamme. Every time he was on the ice,
Doug Glatt.
Yeah,
Doug followed him.
Yep.
Yeah.
And every time
weird.
someone was near him, Doug was, but you see that even in games today. Like, depending, you see what's going on the ice, you see some of the penalties that are happening, and then you'll see a very specific person.
Yep. You know it's time.
Come
There's
out.
almost, It's like a shift in energy.
Yep.
You can tell it's time. You can tell it's time.
You
But
can
yeah,
feel it.
It's very needed, though. It's wild how crazy.
I also, on that Capitals note, I love, because it's not often, I love when Ovi fights, because he doesn't. Yeah. And then when he does,
it's scary.
and he just like lays them out, because he's like, the Russian machine. Like he's just
joke.
The Russian machine never breaks unless he's playing Toronto and gets tripped by a fucking backup goaltender.
Big facts.
I also like when you'll see people, they like run into him to try to knock them down and they fall.
Yeah,
and he
he's
just
a
keeps
brick, dude.
he just keeps skating.
Dude, he's like
He's something else.
245, just
And athletic.
man. It makes no sense.
Like he doesn't need a goon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He
doesn't need-
is-
but
yeah, you're
but
right. You want him
he
on the
has
ice.
them because that's their guy. They're like, no, you're not gonna fuck with him.
Big
Like,
man.
For sure. All right, Josh, what was your favorite?
Mine's like
part of scene?
mine's like the cut scenes where like Jay is teaching him how to fight.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, Pat's like teaching him how to
Yeah.
fight. He's like you're holding him over top, and when they think you got him, you come underneath, and that's like one of my favorite things because that's Ray, the boss, uses that move, the uppercut. It's famous,
and he gets hit at the end with it, and then it's cool because he changes up his fighting stance at the end to actually knock him out.
He switches his hands and everything.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Just
and then breaks his ankle.
Greatly appreciate of the art. Like it's trust me, it's not only do you have to skate. Like that's where the only thing I hate about it, where they can depict someone who's not athletic playing hockey, but fighting. And like you have to be one of the best skaters in order to fight. Yeah. It's all about balance. Like people fall down when they're fighting on their feet. Imagine when you're standing on a butter knife.
Right, exactly.
You know, so
I have two notes to what you said. One, because of the last thing you just said, the movie also kind of made me think of the beginning of Happy Gilmore. Because he was he wanted to fight, had a slap shot, but could not skate. Yeah. Like they were like, God, he's here again. He's here again trying out.
I love that song. Sorry.
And he just keeps falling on the ice because he can't skate.
Yeah,
well, he also came out with fucking the figure skates.
The figure skates.
I loved it. I like that part.
Brother skates.
But also on the teaching him how to fight, when I was kind of looking into, because I wanted to know more about where the story came from, and so I was reading about Doug Smith. Like I was reading about I read an interview. They were asking him what net obviously you're a cop, like he's a cop,
right.
or he was a cop.
Okay.
He's a co-op.
When this interview happened, but they were asking him what else. He worked with the Boston Bruins for a little bit. He would actually also teach people how to
Tim
fight.
Thomas is in this movie,
He did
by the
that
way.
in his side,
nice.
like after he was a hockey player, he would teach people how
That's
to
pretty
fight.
cool, yeah.
He would go and teach other hockey players, and he would teach them how. He said he would also go to skating, where they're teaching younger people the skating aspect, and then he would add the intensity aspect, the fighting aspect. That's what he would do. Now
he would add it.
He would just kind of
It is an art form. There's lots of guys do it differently, and I learned from someone I grew up with. So it's kind it's wild, how it gets passed around like that.
For sure, yeah. It's
I thought it was cool.
Unspoken rule.
Yeah, definitely. Especially that to give back like that.
Yeah.
It's weird because it's something now that when I was coaching, we weren't even allowed that. I mean, we could barely teach hitting.
To learn that.
Definitely in this area.
Yeah, it's wild. So, but yeah, for but that was such an important. You can make it in life based off those skills back then.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, think of how many goons fighting people were in hockey and even in lower leagues. You know what I mean? Like that's what they're doing. I showed you the Danbury Trashers fucking documentary. Like that's all those type of people.
Yeah.
And it's kind of crazy. So my favorite parts or scenes. So I had a couple. It's definitely the whole hot ice segment. It's fucking gold. All of it.
I didn't realize we could have a couple.
Well, I'm the host, so I can have a couple.
We all narrowed us down.
The hot ice scene is gold. Every part of it is great. The part in his scene or his house as well before that, hilarious. The final fight, like you talked about, is really good. The first time he goes to the game, with his brother's gay and everything and beats that guy's up. Yeah. Amazing. And then the restaurant scene, I think, is my favorite, though, of the whole
where
movie.
They sat and kind of
they sat with his parents and they're like, they call you thug, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah. I thought you meant where he sat with Rhea.
The other restaurant scene.
No, the other, sorry, with his parents and everything. And he's like, he gives them the puck and everything, and they just don't even care.
They don't care. They don't care.
And then again, that alludes to
this is my job.
Gay. Stupid, gay, right? All that, and then the Donaire fucking part is just hilarious. My best customer right here. Yeah. Donaire, fuck it, Donaire on the house tonight. And then like everybody's like, yeah, doner sauce on the house. And then he walks back.
Water it down.
Water down the doner sauce.
Yeah.
So good.
It's really good.
And it's an emotional scene.
It is. It really is.
There's a lot to unpack. You know, he gives them the puck and he's like, might as well say security on the back.
Oh,
you want the
yeah.
fucking dagger back?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that.
Like,
Well, because
geez.
the last time you saw them,
Yeah.
Like Pat
what,
McAfee
like
when he
before
said
they
that.
came to that game was the beginning where they were
Girl
like
Pat.
they're both adopted. So then
Yeah.
to cut to them acting like this, it's
Yeah.
like, okay.
There's also a sign in the crowd that says "Glat" is Hebrew for fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
it's so good.
I love the Glat 369.
Yeah. Oh,
But then
I
his
love this
dad was
movie.
like, he was just disappointed when he read that sign.
Yeah.
I also
I
love,
get it.
that's
but-
I love that the brother, like, even though obviously he did follow in their footsteps, he is a doctor. He says, I like that he was
They're
supportive.
my ride, so I
he was supportive of it. But yeah, then at the end, he's like, but I'm going to go with dad because.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's got my passport. That's
He's
what
got
he
my
says.
passport.
Yeah, yeah,
They,
yeah.
Doug, I'm
they have my
proud of you.
passport. So
I'm proud of you, but
I
I'm
gotta,
with
I gotta go with them.
That's good. Okay. So obviously, I think we were all entertained by this movie.
Yeah.
It's a winner. I don't know how often I would rewatch it. Just
Yeah.
throwing that
So
out there.
that's what I said
it's a
because
winner.
after I watched it, I went to Carrick because he was the one I asked,
Yeah.
what did you think?
Right.
And he was like, it was good, right? And I told him the same thing. I had to,
Yeah.
it had to grow
I
on
had,
me.
I had to build it.
But I told him, I said, it's not one that I would go and look for
Correct.
to watch.
You wouldn't watch it a lot, and I found that I only watch this when I'm talking to somebody that goes, "What? I've never heard of this."
Then
Oh,
you're
we're,
like,
we're watching
oh,
it. Yeah,
yeah.
we're
Right,
watching
yeah.
it. Right.
But then to which then Carrick was like, there are movies that you look for, and I was like, yes. Do you know how many times I've watched both of the Deadpool movies?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
yes, there are movies that
I've got my comforts.
you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know
for sure.
what? There's nothing new I want to watch. I'm gonna go to one of your comfort movies.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh my
And
gosh, my
this
comfort
was
movies are such a fucking range. Like,
Pretty sure
too.
Ryan Reynolds is in all. of them.
no, I mean like genre. Like,
okay.
like Moulin Rouge
All right, that's fine.
is one of my
That's a good one.
go-tos,
That's fine.
and then
And then-
Deadpool,
Sure.
you know,
That's
is
fine.
one
Both
of them.
good.
I would also say that as far as nostalgia, I also like a lot of the older Julia Roberts movies, like
fine.
Pretty Woman, like Mystic Pizza.
You know, there was
Stuff like
an ending for Pretty Woman that they actually filmed, but then said, "No, this doesn't work."
They put it,
Literally, them kicking her in the to the curb and like not killing her, but like throwing her out on the street, like get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here. You're a hooker, because she's a hooker.
So then the movie end like in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Whatever. All right. Would we recommend this movie to our mothers, Randall?
Yeah. Honestly, why not?
Yeah, I guess.
my mom
That's a
likes
good movie.
hockey, so
Right. Why not? Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah,
Yeah,
my mom's
I-
all in for sure.
Yeah, I definitely recommend this to my mother
Yeah.
as well. So, I'll be it. Hey, guess what? Oh, no. There we go. I updated it since you've been here last. We added some stuff. Put a little tiger
Did you hear
roll.
the intro?
Oh
the
no,
last
no,
episode?
she hasn't heard the intro. So
haven't listened to the
Randall
last
made a
episode?
new episode, new fucking intro to our episodes.
Yeah,
It's dope.
It is pretty dope.
Wally did a
I'm
solo.
excited. I'm excited.
I'll let you listen to it after we're done here. But
I don't
anyways,
even have to wait. Cool.
yeah, you're right. You don't have to. Yeah, because
You guys all have to wait.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, to hear it. So, anyways, to my fun facts. Kurt Kalbach, who plays the role of Halifax play-by-play announcer, is actually a former National Hockey League play-by-play announcer. So the guy who's just like, back in my day,
Yeah.
my father had to whatever from the Nazis. Oh, here we go.
There we go. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So good. I thought he was great
Just
in
like
this.
cuts off and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, and we're off.
And back to another episode we had about Major League 2, the announcer really was like Harry Doyle was the guy that kind of like made the movie continue, right?
Yeah.
This movie, he was good, but it wasn't necessary
Right.
to me for him to be in it. Where Major League, he was definitely a necessary
I love
element.
that part where like
Necessary.
he hasn't
Necessary?
No, sir.
he hadn't been pitching and he comes back out and they're playing the Wild Thing. So,
Yeah.
wow, such a good ride.
Yeah, I'm with you. In an interview with hockey blog Puck Daddy, Leif Schreiber notes that he was inspired by former hockey enforcer Bob Probert. As an homage to the player, he taped his wrist for the film, just as Probert did when he played.
Bob Probert's a tough son of a bitch.
Not something I
so-
would have noticed.
Tough SOB.
Yeah, he's a good
No.
one. He's a good one.
Is there a documentary? I think there's like a documentary about
Guardians,
him.
Guardians of the Ice.
Yeah. That's
It's a
it.
good
Yeah,
one.
yeah. So I think that was on Netflix. It might
Yeah.
still be. Definitely a good thing.
The
to do.
harsh reality of being said goon.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yep. The polite offer to fight Glatt received from Albany Patriots Huntington George LaRock is actually based on a real fight in the NHL where Georges was playing for the Phoenix Coyotes. That's the other team I was thinking of. And was mic'd up for the game. He politely asked, this name I'm going to fuck up, Ratis Ivanas from the Los Angeles Kings if he wanted to go, then wished him good luck. This fight was on November 30th of 2006.
Wow.
We graduated high school in that year to bring it back to where we were
16 years ago today.
Yeah.
Woof.
Yeah,
feeling good.
Yeah. We also talked about this. The Trailer Park Boys have a cameo as the Hot Ice call screeners and the editor.
Man, the Twisted's got you.
I know.
You were ahead of the game there.
Yeah.
I'm not good at reading. I'm a fucking
steam fitter, okay?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Like, let's be honest.
I have a tough time pronunciating words.
Yeah.
Especially being on the spot trying to read. Randall, you want to read?
Reading's hard.
Exactly.
No.
Reading's
really
hard, and then reading out loud in front of things.
Right, yeah,
While
it's
you're,
hard,
and when it's fresh information.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Remember back when we used to read in school, and you would prep, you'd count?
Yep.
You'd be like, couple
Today, Junior.
There's 3 people to me. This is my paragraph, and then you fuck it up anyways.
Fuck it up anyways.
Yes, where you
Stupid.
count.
Yeah.
Okay, this will be my
That
part.
was me at the old St. Peter's, boy.
Count. Do you remember the I'm not gonna remember what we called them, but the math things.
Oh yeah, minute math.
The minute
math.
And then you'd get like a Jolly Rancher. Yes.
Was it sour apple or watermelon?
Could be.
No, I feel like it was a variety. I feel like I got grape a lot, and I feel like
grape.
Grape.
Nah, grape was probably the best. Sour
grape,
apple was not good.
Grape and blue raspberry are my favorite ones.
I'll read the next one. You're just gonna move your wiener.
He's ready for that.
Yeah, he's in the way. I'm sorry. I don't even know if I can read it. He's
ready to control the buttons here.
I see that. In some scenes, there is a Highlander player named Hanson, and his number is 17, which is a reference from the Hanson brothers in the Slapshot movie, which released in 1977. Look at this guy reading.
Beautiful.
Yeah, look at this guy.
Another top 5.
I was gonna say, so I like Slapshot, but trying to watch it in today's age, it's a little hard. Yeah. There was a second movie that came out. I've talked about this too on the podcast. That has Stephen Baldwin in it. Yeah. It's not a good movie.
Not a good one.
But I'll watch that over the first one.
Wow,
Related to
I'm
Alec?
the opposite.
What?
Related to Alec?
Yeah, his brother.
Are you kidding?
There's what, 3
I'm not
Baldwins?
kidding, no.
Oh my god.
There's Stephen,
He just
Alec,
asked
and
that?
Wait. Oh, I'm trying.
remember when Canada bombs the Baldwins in the South Park movie?
No.
Have you seen Night at the Roxbury?
Yes.
No.
Oh my god.
That's Richard Grieco.
You can't wear sunglasses
No.
inside.
I'm saying when he's telling the story.
No, that's Emilio Estevez, the Mighty Duck Man.
Oh shit!
Emilio!
I was like, no,
Emilio!
you know what I'm thinking? You're gonna. No, I'm not even gonna say.
No,
it.
say it.
It was a Friends episode.
Of course it was.
And
of course it was.
It's when it's after Joey realizes he has feelings for Rachel, and he's on a date, and he's like, "Do you ever look at someone that you've known, and then you start looking at them differently?" And his dumb date is like, "Yeah, there was this one time I saw this guy from behind. I thought he was just a normal guy, and then he turned around, and he was Stephen Baldwin."
No, Stephen Baldwin. So Stephen Baldwin's also
like,
in
yeah, so you get it.
Biodome, which I fucking love.
Yes.
It's free on YouTube.
I just watched it the other day.
It's so good. It's literally so good. Fucking the Weasel.
Purple sticky punch.
Yeah. Look at you.
I like it. Mark Recchi, the former NHL center, can be seen in several times playing for the Halifax Highlanders.
Damn.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, me neither. I was like, let me watch that back. And he's definitely playing. Old as fuck, but he's there. Yeah. So good for him. Doug Smith, who the movie is based on, in the 1988-89 season that he played for the Carolina Thunderbirds of the ECHL, had 179 penalty minutes in 28 games played.
Yeah, when I read it, he averaged, it was 6.7 minutes a game.
Yeah, so that's a fight a game.
Was the average, yeah.
A fight and
a trip.
Yeah, a trip or something.
Or
a game.
a rough, something like that.
Oh, I have to ask, and it's going to make it seem like I don't know hockey, I feel like. But in the movie...
Do you?
I think
she knows hockey more than people think.
I think it was Laflemme, but he got a high sticking major, and it was a 5-minute penalty.
That may have been
And so I was like, I feel like I've never, I even tried to Google it. I'm not even lying. I'm not even kidding.
I don't know. Can you get a 5-minute major if it's intentional?
Yeah,
but they didn't. So they didn't show the penalty.
Right.
That would be game
misconduct.
Getting it.
Went into the.
They just showed him going in, and they said high stick major.
Right.
So
and
that would have been a 2.
And it showed 5 minutes up on the
So
thing.
so a high stick major Well, no. So if it's a major penalty, it'd be 5 minutes.
5 minutes because you get 2. So
you can get a
high
double
stick
minor.
2,
And he
if
said
there's blood, you get 2
double
more.
minor,
So
right.
you get double minor. But that's what I mean. If it's like an intent, like if it was like
Then,
a direction to hit someone in the face, I could see a 5-minute high stick.
Which
Yeah.
I
But
thought,
a game misconduct, obviously he left the ice.
Right, yeah.
It's gotta
which
follow.
which I thought of that, but
Taking
also
the A from you
like,
and putting it on
was
Glatt.
it was also Laflemme, which they had shown was not very aggressive on the ice. So that's also why it confused me.
Well, that's something that top tier players do. They sneak in
Yeah.
cheap shots because they can't fight.
Right.
Well, not that
I
they
guess
can't
I've just
fight,
never,
they choose not to fight.
I've just
Give
never,
the
I've
old
never been
behind the knees.
watching
Behind the knees, the
one
old nut
where they
shot from
called
behind. It's a good
a high stick
the old
major.
wrists.
I've never watched one where they've called it. I've never heard.
you.
I've never heard a high stick be a
Probably-
major.
it seems like a rare penalty.
So I was
Like,
confused.
There was the one
so
part.
I'm glad that's not. So that wasn't a dumb question. That's
No,
really
no,
not
No,
common.
not dumb. Yeah.
Yeah. There's
I
the
was
one
like, am I
part.
missing this?
The one part where he's sitting on the couch and just like his, I don't know,
It's like
Speedo.
it was like
It
was like tidy whities.
Yeah,
but
something.
Like
yeah,
little
and he's just like,
briefs,
"You ever done the ecstasy on whatever?" And he's like, "What? No." He's like, "Bon wheat," and he just gets up and fucking. It's hilarious.
He's like, what did you say?
Yeah, it's fucking funny. I like it.
I
Okay.
even when they're offering him like drugs and shots and stuff, he's just like, "Oh, thanks so much," but no,
Yeah.
like he's so like.
It's good. It's good.
so
It's good.
funny.
All right, we're at final decision time. What do we give this movie out of 10? Randall.
7.
7.
7.
7. Leonard
mine.
Washington. 7.
7.
Tara.
I'm gonna give it a 6.
Wow.
But
Always
again,
have to go
6.
lower.
I also think
Always have to go lower.
this is more of a guy movie.
Yeah.
I do think that.
Yeah.
Even from someone who
a guy flick.
appreciates hockey,
Yeah.
Sure.
I do still think a lot of
Dude
the
flick?
humor
Yes.
is more guy humor.
Well, you'll appreciate my answer then, because I was going to go 6 as well.
Oh, all right.
Because we
Oh,
talked about
see,
it
it
earlier.
sounded
You're
like
just
you were
copying
disappointed.
her.
No, I said
Sounded
wow.
like he is.
That
He's
was-
copying me
Yeah,
all
I
day.
was-
All
I
day.
have
on
to
this.
just
her
riding
answers.
coattails.
I'm just
It's the-
really good at this.
It's the Molsons. No, but I give it a 6 because it's a niche movie. Not
Sure.
a lot, people. You have to be a hockey fan. Number one, I feel like to even be gravitated towards this movie.
To even
Yeah.
want to watch
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
yeah.
and then 2, it doesn't. Like I said, it doesn't execute on some things that I want it to execute on.
I'll give
But
you
other
that.
than that, overall, family fun movie. You know?
I mean, it
know?
kind of
But
is when you
also-
think about it.
Also, like I said, the fact that it has to grow. You know what I
Yes,
mean? Like,
yeah.
like if you, I'm not kidding.
That's what I say too.
I'm not kidding. If you hadn't
I'm not
asked me to be
Tara's
on
not
this,
talking for me. Yeah.
if you hadn't asked me to be
You
on
wouldn't
this
watch
one,
this.
I'm not saying I wouldn't watch it, but if somebody hadn't recommended it to me and I had started the movie, I would have turned it off.
Oh wow,
In the beginning because
What-
it was so
that
like
bad on the start.
it was just so.
I'm trying to
like,
remember. I can't remember the first time I watched it, so it's
Yeah.
hard to say because
It
you know
was
that first
so-
impression is tough. You know, because I've turned
And it
off
wasn't
plenty
the
of
whole
things.
yeah, sure.
thing. It was just like I liked his whole security guard
Right.
like
Yeah,
thing, but it was just.
It is a little.
And you know
rough,
what?
For sure.
I forgot to mention this earlier. It felt rushed in the beginning because they're trying to get him to the point.
You're
where
right.
they can-
The minute he's on the assassins, right? Like, oh, you
It
want to be an
happens
assassin?
very quickly.
He's on it and he's off already.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
and
he's
like
right to
there was
Halifax.
there was
Yeah.
a very short
Halifax.
lead in. There was a very short lead in of who he was before
Yeah.
he fought the guy on the ice, and then all of a sudden he's on it. Like it was very.
But
It
there
was
were-
very quick.
The great sprinkles throughout the movie, though, like they were Jewish family.
Yep, I
So,
like that.
That puts an extra sprinkle in
Yep.
there when he chases his fucking yarmulke around.
hilarious.
that puts like little things like that.
Like
and
a
their
little
family-
kid.
and their family dynamic.
Yep.
They nailed it for being
Yeah.
2012.
Oh, yeah.
How progressive, dumb
True.
idiot, gay, stupid.
Stupid.
Like it's so
Gay.
perfect. Like
It is.
it really does work.
I agree. So I give this movie a 7 as well. My boy, I get it's funny.
It's the
six-
couch.
6
It's
is on the
couch.
couches, 7's on this couch.
So
That's
6.5 average.
Yeah, look at
Yeah,
that. Look at
yeah.
that. I will say the one
Rotten
part I
Tomatoes?
wanted to get to
140.
talk. This is what brings this movie down. It would be an 8 besides this one part of this movie, and it's the fact where the goalie moves out of the fucking
where
the
he
goal,
blocks it.
and he takes a fucking puck to the face.
Yeah.
And they don't stop it.
All his fucking teeth would be gone. Not
be
one,
dead.
all of them, right? He takes it right
Right
in
to
the
the
mouth.
face.
And then everybody's just,
They
let's
don't
hit it in
stop
the
it.
face.
That drove me nuts. That
Yeah.
they
They
was
would've.
like, "There's no whistle. Are we kidding?"
The play would, well, again, you
They're
could
not.
think
He's not
it's a
only
lower
down and they're still
league.
playing. They are hitting him in the face.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
That
It-
part's brutal.
Yeah.
Like, if that was real,
Yeah.
it's like he's dead.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I get it that it's a movie, sure, but you're not taking a slap shot to the face
No.
and just
You
being
see
like,
guys-
ha, 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 and Dougie took one to the face. Like, come on.
You see guys in games, professional, get hit with slap shots in their pads and they collapse.
Oh yeah.
You're not telling me that
They'll
this
come
dude
back
gets
later,
hit in
but
the face and walks off of that ice.
That's beer league too. Take one more. I have padding. I'm like, owie.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
There was the last season you were not last season, the season before you came on the team we're on. We were in championship game, like last couple minutes of the game. I block a shot in front of Ken, and it goes off before where there's no pad. Right, I'm talking. Of
course it did.
Yeah, I'm talking forearm. I still have a bump right here. Right. Oh my God, it was so bad. And like the puck just stayed in my pads. I couldn't do anything. And I'm like, oh, like frozen in like pain. And I don't know if you remember, there's that redheaded kid who was on the white team. Oh no, sorry, he was on Klein's team. Maybe. He wears like the Riken stuff all the time.
Tracking, yeah.
He was like
cars on me. Oh, you have that
car?
Okay, got it.
He fucking just started slashing me in the same spot because the puck was like laying on me while I'm like on the ground. I'm like, fuck off, dude.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
It was still up there that he could get to?
Yeah, so then the ref called the play dead, and he's just like yelling at the ref. I'm like, I can't move my arms. I'm fucked. Yeah, like.
I will say that I did like that part because it was like he wasn't a real hockey player.
You're right. Yeah, he scores off his ass and everything.
And he instinctually dropped down to block the.
For
dropped
sure.
to his knees to block the goal.
But I would try.
He wouldn't have gotten hit in the face if he hadn't dropped to his knees. He didn't need to drop to his knees.
You're right. You're absolutely
didn't know
right.
what to do.
Yeah.
And a clapper. Oh.
Off the dome.
Yeah, dude, that's not right. That would not. I mean, that hurts goalies.
Oh yeah.
Get hit square in the face mask. Like,
the worst time. So again, I used to play goalie for probably 12 years, I would say. And the worst time I've ever had, it was at the clubhouse during a pickup session. It was in warm-ups. And
this is classic beer league story.
You're right.
Warm-ups.
So
injury.
I'm standing looking at somebody who's about to take a shot on me, right? So I'm not in my goalie stance. I'm standing waiting for him to do whatever they're doing. So the way a goalie, depending on what kind of mask you have, my chin cup was, I have a big Adam's apple, sure. My chin cup was resting on my Adam's apple because I'm standing up. I'm not in goalie stance. If I was in goalie stance, it wouldn't be sitting on it.
Right.
Kid fucking 45 degrees from me, clapper. Right to my throat, right?
Oh.
So it hits the chin cup into my Adam's apple. Dude, I thought I was going to die.
Yeah, I bet.
I was on the ice for probably 5 minutes.
That's like, what is that? Like your trachea or whatever?
Oh,
like
yeah. Dude, it was bad.
Life. This
Damage.
gives this 3 inches gives life to everything else.
Dude,
Okay?
it was
Trachea is gone.
It was so bad. And I've been hit square in the cup before, and that wasn't as bad. Like, sure, it hurt, but I didn't think I was going to die.
That's like beer league 101. Like you're either getting hit in the nuts or getting hit in the head as a goaltender in warm-ups.
For sure.
And everyone's like, sorry. Like,
exactly, right.
I played field hockey in high school.
Brutal.
Of course.
And it
Sorry.
Is it?
No, keep going.
And
I used to watch
the goalies wore like just as much padding as goalies, but we only had shin guards and mouth
played
guards.
outside, which is what's really crazy.
Yeah.
We only had shin guards and mouth guards. That's it. Like nothing was.
Now
and
they
we
have
had
the
to-
eyeball
and we had to
things,
play
too.
in
Skirts, yeah. Squirts.
They were like kilts.
You
They
wear
were
shorts
kilts.
nowadays?
They were kilts
Did you say
because
that?
they were wrapped like you wrapped. It was a kilt.
You wrap.
But it's because it originated
Tradition.
in the UK. Like, do you know originally field hockey was played by men?
Yes.
I'm learning a lot today.
When it came over to the
We
US,
teach
it
things on this
transitioned
podcast.
to a female sport.
Wow.
But the ball,
The Boston
I don't know
Bruins
if
have
you've-
fired their head coach, by the way.
I got that. I didn't want to bring that out loud.
It's all good.
the ball, I don't know if
Having
you've
37 minutes.
ever like touched a field hockey ball or whatever. It's solid.
Yeah.
Like that's
And it's like dense, like it doesn't
it's
bounce
solid.
and
It's
things.
dense. When you get hit with that, and again, it's outside, and we're hitting the ball just like you would play. You kind of get underneath of it a little bit, but when you get hit and it's not on the shin guard, which is the only part of your body that has protection,
Right.
it freaking hurts.
Is it rubber?
And
Or
I
is it
saw
like an actual
so it's like a hard rubber, but here's what's funny.
It's got like a wood core. It's weird.
like a lacrosse
It's
ball.
hollow.
Yeah, but not bouncy.
No,
Oh.
it's hollow.
Yeah. Okay.
You would not know from touching it that it's hollow. The only reason we know is there was one that broke like in half.
Yeah.
I think like a lawnmower like at the school like ran over a leftover one, and we were like us on the team were like, these are fucking hollow. Now the thickness though is like this.
Yeah.
But they're hollow.
Did you get hit with sticks often? I've always had that question with field hockey.
So the sticks, because they're mainly on the ground, you do have the shin guards, which is why
For
we
that,
have them
right,
because
right.
they're down there.
I'm sure you got hit in the foot all the time.
But you get Yes, the foot was more common. Like you would get hit.
The Foot Clan.
The ball would roll into the. But
do they had like penalties, like hooking?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
yeah. So you also like you couldn't. And this is funny too. A lot of the guys I knew, like back in high school, like that both knew, they would be like, "Oh, field hockey, blah blah blah." So I'd be like, "Okay, let's see." I would hand them the stick.
Yeah.
Immediately they do it wrong because they would hit on the round.
Yeah,
they would because it's not like hockey where
you have to bend it over.
You have to turn
which
the
is
stick.
wild.
You can only use the flat part of the stick.
Yeah.
So if you hit it with the wrong, that's a penalty.
For me, it's running hunched over the entire
fuck that. I
So
don't like that.
there's a proper way to do it. You have to use your legs
like
more than
we're gonna go out and we're gonna play some field
you have
hockey.
to squat more than bending over.
I'll do it.
But if there was a game, for example, do you have Miss Long for gym?
Maybe
Long blonde hair.
It's 16 years ago. I don't remember.
Well,
she was like 4 years.
She
of
was
gym.
like
go.
the hot teacher, so that's why.
That makes sense.
But
Sure,
she was the field hockey coach. She was field hockey coach.
Right.
She was hardcore too,
Right.
and she like her legs were just like solid. If we were not, because if you don't have your stick down, and you are late putting it down, it's the same thing in hockey. If that puck is coming and you're not there, it rolls away and someone else gets it. If that happened too much in a game, she would bring out those little plastic hockey sticks they use like in middle school.
You gotta bend them.
No.
And they'd stay fucking bent for 30 seconds.
We had to go around the whole field with those on the ground.
You.
So we had to so that we knew
Not cool.
that's what we needed to do. I did also have to sit out of practice because they were worried I was concussed because me and
Took a ball to the face.
another girl's head.
Oh.
We were both going for, and she
that probably hurt.
She wasn't looking. Her eye was just on the ball, and so she just ran right into me. Like I was first team all county.
Good.
Oh, good for you. On that note, we're done.
Bye.
Well, no, okay. So I do want to.
I'm about to pee my pants.
I know, right? I got to piss too.
Me too.
I was like, should I get up yet? We got to be close.
I do have 3 bathrooms.
Yeah, Randall just gets up and goes.
Yeah, he's
He
like,
doesn't
fuck
care.
it, I don't care.
Yeah.
We do have 3 bathrooms in this house, so it's great. Anyways, I want to say thank you for being on this podcast episode. I really appreciate it. Check out the Men Behind the Mitts podcast. What do you got? Spotify,
Apple, YouTube,
anywhere.
It's
Basically,
everywhere.
yeah.
It's on we stream,
Facebook.
We stream it. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
But yeah, thanks for having
I like
me.
it. For sure. Anytime, man.
Yeah, thanks for the shout out. It was
Yeah,
a good time. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
for sure.
Hopefully I can make my way back over here. This is
anytime.
Good couches.
It doesn't
down
have to
there.
be a hockey movie.
Yeah, it could be anything.
Whatever. Yeah, man.
no.
I love movies. Get me by.
There you go.
Like, you know
sure.
what I mean? Like, that's because my girl hates it. Sorry, last little bit. I don't watch TV.
Yeah.
Like, I don't watch, it's background noise. It's always background noise. So if I put a movie on, I need to chill. You know what I mean? Like,
You
I'm
need to be
gonna watch
focused.
it. Yeah. But hell yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Anytime, man. Like I said, there's another chair sitting right there. We're gonna get another camera and hopefully I do have another green screen that goes behind it. And hopefully we'll have some more.
Cool.
Whatever. And again, thank you, Tara, for being on this episode. I really appreciate you coming out. When Brent eventually quits the fucking podcast, you'll just be the
I feel like every
permanent
time
host.
you text me now, I'm like, oh, Brent can't come.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
every
and
you
this
ask
I
me.
love when you're here. It's
This
fun.
is an
I like it.
unplanned reunion.
Yeah,
too.
there you go.
Like,
Yeah,
we've known
for
each
sure.
other longer than 16 years.
When
which
you
is like
said,
middle school.
when he said to me, he said, so we planned this whole, thing for weeks that this guy I know that does a hockey podcast. I immediately said, what's his name?
Right.
And he said, Josh Wojcik, you may know him. And I said, that's why I asked. I was like, that's why I asked, because I know he does a hockey podcast.
So, like, to be assumptuous, is that a word?
Assumptuous it is, yeah.
Outside, I was like, oh, maybe she's hanging out with Tiffany because I've known your wife forever as well. Small world, you know? So I was like, oh, maybe they're hanging out because you went around like the back. I was like, oh, they're probably
he
drinking.
rolled the window down and was like, is this Steve and Tiffany's house?
Yeah, is this right?
Yes.
Because on Google, it's still just a lot.
I know,
By the way.
yeah,
it's not. So I was like, oh, this has gotta be it.
I've been here for
yet.
fucking 6 years, but it's fine.
But I was like, I was like, this is really cool. So yeah, man, it was a blast. Had a blast.
Yeah, my wife was a little mad that she was working tonight because she wanted to see you too. Because she hasn't seen you in a while.
Probably since 16 years. I've never seen her outside of school. Like,
she works a lot.
She's at Harris Teeter every day, all day.
Yeah.
So if you want,
okay, so look, I love Harris Teeter.
Yeah.
So my girl just got a job down here, loves it. Right? What the fuck's up with Harris Teeter checkout?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't leave my house.
Oh my god. Okay, so
I do Instacart. So.
Ask her for me.
Yeah.
So you bring them your cart, right? You don't put your groceries up on. There's no belt. Zero belt. So they take your groceries out of the cart.
Yeah.
They scan it, then they put it in a bag, and they put it over here, and then they put it back in your cart. I'm like, bro, this is taking 20 minutes too long.
Right. What the
like,
fuck?
I'm not.
So
like,
basically, it's self checkout, but they do
but
it.
they
do
do
it
it for
you,
you.
yeah.
It's whack. I'm like, how about in the way I am? I'm really. OCD with how I like organize my
what
groceries.
bags they go in.
I'm like, yo,
and
this is
stuff
all
like
cold stuff. Put the cold
Put
stuff
the
together.
cold stuff, yeah.
Like this is like my,
These are all toiletries. Like these
but,
are
weird.
Yeah, not to
It's
harp
really
on
weird.
that because that's how I am
Yeah,
as a
it's
human.
fine.
But
It's fine.
god damn it, they fucking hair steater. Love everything else though. Love
But not
everything
the checkout
else.
experience.
Not the checkout. Fuck
You
it.
like buying the stuff there, just the actual process.
The
at
quality,
end.
the quality. They always have the things I need.
The things.
You know?
They always got the things
I thought he was going to stop at the things. They always have the things.
that I need.
need.
Yeah,
And
I
then
like it.
that I need.
Hey,
Like,
that's I keep coming back for more. You know,
I like it. Perfect. Cool. Anyway, so next week, Brent has brought his pick in.
So he has to be there.
He's going to be here. He said he's going to actually be here for the next pick. And it's funny because it kind of
Y'all said it
goes
earlier.
off of this movie.
Does
It's a
it?
hockey movie. Well, it has hockey in it.
Oh.
It has a character who's in this movie as well,
Oh.
Jay Baruchel. We're going to do She's Out of My League
I
next week.
just...
Yeah, we were just talking about
man,
it.
that's one of
Yeah.
my faves.
Weird
too. That's a
time.
good-
It's really good.
I feel like I have to be here.
I mean, we'll see if Wally's out as well. Normally we have two other hosts who are here, Wally and Brent. They couldn't make it, so it's all good. Brent's in where did he say he was?
St. Louis.
St. Louis or something. He had to go for work because he actually works sometimes. So he's doing that. So
If
yeah,
he's not
next week
napping.
when he's not napping, exactly. So next
Out
week,
of
yeah, we're
my
gonna do She's Out of My League. It's gonna be fun. Hopefully our main main hosts are back, and we can do that. In the meantime, if you can, check us out on Facebook, Spotify. We're on Apple. We're on everywhere you can get a podcast.
YouTube.
You're on.
YouTube.
We're on
You can watch
YouTube.
us.
You can
see our
watch
beautiful
us.
faces.
You can see
Yeah.
Randall's beautiful face. We have merch,
Kind
like I
of.
said,
He's got
on our
sunglasses on.
What's the glasses
Whatever.
you really want to see, folks? It's
the $400
Yeah,
Pradas.
just drop that
As you
one
saw
more.
last
Look at it.
episode.
Yeah, exactly. He's been wearing. Well, no, Wally had him on last episode, so it's
Yeah,
all
he-
good.
yeah,
But
I think you weren't better. than
awesome. Like I said, next week we're gonna get She's Out of My League. It's gonna be fun. Awesome. Thanks for being here again, guys.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Awesome.
Woo!
Bye.